West Delaware football is on the air from Comet Field in Charles City, Iowa. It's the West Delaware Hawks and the Charles City Comets. Good evening, everybody, along with my partners Aaron Pleen and Bill Logan. This is Jamie Vasky, and tonight's matchup features two teams in Class 3A District 3 that are still undefeated in district play. And Aaron, Hawks with a couple blowout wins the last couple weeks. They'll have to continue to play well against a very good Charles City team here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. And, the Hawks traveled up here a couple hours to take on a Charles City team that 4-1, 2-0 in the district. So this game has huge implications in terms of a district championship for the West Delaware Hawks. And, the way the Hawks have been playing, coming off a shutout of Crestwood, hopefully that speaks volumes for tonight, and hopefully the Hawks can come out of here with a big win.
Well, the Hawks 5-0 overall, 3-0 in district play. And head coach Doug Winkowich in his 11th season here at West Delaware. He's the all-time wins leader with a record of 82-29. He's led the Hawks to 6 playoff appearances, a runner-up finish in 2005. Assistant coaches Corey Coates, Luke Imslin, Brad Wubina, Nate Lahr, Chad Osler, Matt Finn, Mark Becker, Bob Morris, John Ward, and Ryan King. Of course, Coy Russell enters tonight as the 4th best rusher in Class 3A, first in district number 3, and has 15 touchdowns, which is just 5 short of the school record for most in a career. Senior Brent Lammers, he comes into tonight, district's leading passer and a dual threat out of the backfield, as his 551 rushing yards is good for 3rd best in the district. Junior Bennett Cole, I tell you what, a good season he's having. He's been a ball hawk so far, and he's had 37.5 tackles, and 3 of those being for loss, which is a team best, and 6th in the district. Charles City, they come in at 4-1, 2-0 in district play. They won 18-0 over non-district opponent Garner Hayfield last week. Their head coach Brian Bolin in his second season as the head coach for the Comets. He has a 6-8 record. He's a 1991 graduate of Wartburg College. He's a member of the Wartburg Athletics Hall of Fame. He spent the time coaching at South Dakota State University, Wartburg, Westmar, and he's been on this Charles City staff since 1998. As senior quarterback Levi Blaine, just under 50% of his passes all season, his 395 yards, his 4th best in the district. Brian Foster, who's had a great season, I believe is injured on tonight's game, will not play for the Comets tonight. So he's had a great season, though. He's 587 rushing yards and 154 receiving yards. West Delaware with 19 playoff appearances, a state title in 1991. And of course, Charles City, 6 playoff appearances in their school history. Last meeting was here in 2011. West Delaware won that game 21-0. As Bill Logan joins us down on the West Delaware sideline. And Bill, we mentioned a couple blowout wins the last couple weeks for the Hawks. They really got to come in here and continue to play well.
Well, that's what they're talking about, is win the line of scrimmage. The strongest team tonight will win this game. So, they're just telling the guys, challenging them, come out here, fight like a Hawk and come out here and just take advantage right off the bat. Hawks are going to receive this opening kickoff, and they want to get right off the bat, just set the tone, set the momentum. They're telling the guys, it's not cold down here. You guys wouldn't understand that part of it up there in that press box, but it's actually a pretty nice football night here. You take the wind away, this is perfect football weather. It's just too bad it's the first week of October, but tonight is football weather. You guys up there probably think it's a baseball, softball game in a hot, stuffy press box up there, but we got some good football action down here tonight.
Not a lot of room up here, but we are definitely out of the wind tonight, Bill. Best of luck to you tonight, buddy boy, and we'll talk to you later.
Hey, have a good one, guys.
Go Hawks. As the Hawks will receive the opening kickoff. Up front for the Hawks, Colin Weber, Adam Newhouse, Ryan Solomon, Austin Monahan, and Colin Brown. As the backs and receivers, Coy Russell, Ryan Kelly, Dallin Putz, Austin Bishop, and John Nagel, and of course senior quarterback Brent Lammers to run this offense for the Hawks, as Charles City will kick off. Deep to receive for the Hawks is DeAndre Daniels, but this kick is going to go right into the legs of Bill Logan down here. Makes a nice stat, holds the ball up and shows it to us. Congratulations, Bill. You're on the board for stats this season, buddy boy. The defense for the Charles City Comets.
It's too bad they wouldn't let me run that thing back.
Yeah.
I could have got at least 5 yards.
You'd have got warmed up a little bit, as the Hawks will make him re-kick. On the defense for Charles City, up front, Andrew Korish, Justin Hetveck, Noah Robbins, Nathan Huffman and Nick Jacobs. Linebackers are Dylan Isaacson and Bryce Foxen. Your backs and safeties are Shane Feller, Levi Blaine. Your safeties are Dallas Nels and Colin Johanningmeyer. So the Hawks are going to make them re-kick as that kick went out of bounds. I think you have the choice of taking it at the 35 or having the team re-kick it. The Hawks will have the Comets re-kick.
Yeah, and it was just probably a good decision on a night like tonight, Jamie, where hopefully if DeAndre Daniels can get his hands on one, he can get one across the 50, maybe get some good field position here for the Hawks. But
so the Comets will re-kick, and kicking that away. And this is going to be DeAndre Daniels. He's going to take it at the 25, and he's going to be wrapped up there as that was kicked off out there by Brandon Childs. And that was going to, Daniels is going to bring it up to the 28-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start with it, 1st and 10. So a couple yards on that return there by DeAndre Daniels, but the Hawks decent field position here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And here's this formation we were kind of talking about on the way up here. Hawks running a little different formation, kind of a power I here for the Hawks to come out. Lammers under center, not the normal pistol we're used to seeing. It's two backs behind him, Bishop, and Lammers is going to keep it himself, and he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Is coming up to make the stop is Bryce Foxen. So what they're doing is normally they have that pistol where Lammers is in shotgun, and behind him is Russell. Well, now he's under center, and next to him are two receivers. We've got, I believe that's Ridenauer and Bishop are right behind him, and behind them is Coy Russell. So the Hawks with a different formation coming out here to start this game here. As the ball is on the ground, the Hawks will recover it, as I believe Austin Bishop was the one who fell on it on 2nd down and 11. Has that ball right back down, and it's going to be 3rd and 11 here for the Hawks. Just underway, 11-12 left to go in this first quarter.
Kind of a rough start here for these first two plays for the Hawk offense, Jamie. The loss of 1 yard and then the fumble, but looks like the Hawks are going back to that pistol formation that you alluded to.
Well, I think we'll get back to that in just a second as the Hawks will come up. Trips receivers to the left. Lammers looks to pass. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's going to come up to about the 33-yard line. He's going to be short of the 1st down. He's going to be a gain of 6 there. It'll bring up 4th down and about 5 here for the Hawks. I think part of the reason for that, Aaron, is Charles City with all those guys in the box.
Stacking,
they're running
yeah.
about they're a 5-2 defense.
Yep.
And I think the Hawks are trying to put about as many people in the box and trying that offense. But it's 4th and 5. The Hawks will punt it. And that will be Brent Lammers. And deep to receive for the Comets is going to be Jake Mitchell. And it's going to go out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Now he's still walking up to about the 35. He was back at the 35-yard line. That's where the Comets will start, 1st and 10 here with 10 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And the Hawks punting away on their first drive of the game. So that offense couldn't get anything going in that first drive, and we'll see this stellar Hawk defense that's played outstanding since week 1. They gave up a lot of yards in week number 1 and have played outstanding here as Levi Blaine, senior quarterback for the Comets, will come set. He's going to send a man in motion. He's going to hand off, and this is Fox, and he's going to pick up 3 or 4 on that play before he's brought down out there by Maloney, Sam Maloney. This Comet offense up front for the Comets is Noah Robbins, Nick Jacobs, Brady Gherkin, Mason Meyer, and Brody Tupie. Backs and receivers, Jaden Foster, Shane Feller, Dallas Nels, Dylan Isaacson, and Bryce Foxen. That carry was to Foxen. He's going to pick up 3 on that play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 7 here for the Comets. As Blaine comes set, as Blaine is going to hand off to this is going to be Foxen. He's the tailback here, and he's going to pick up a 1st down as nearing midfield up to about the 48-yard line, and that's going to be good for a Comet 1st down. So a big hole there by Bryce Foxen as he's going to take that through there. The junior running back for the Comets is going to pick up their first down of game. The game's first by either team. And it'll be 1st and 10 here for Charles City from their own 48. 9:20 left to go in this first quarter.
And you got to figure that Charles City probably had to do a couple things different, Jamie, with Foster out of the lineup tonight. You got to figure that it's going to be more of a ball-controlled offense. And sure enough, the first 2 plays for Charles City even run plays, so we can look to see more of that throughout the game.
As Blaine comes set, shotgun formation, he looks to pass, left-handed quarterback. He's got a man out there, and he's going to be caught. About a 7-yard gain there as he hits Shane Feller out there. Sam Maloney runs him out of bounds, but a nice gain there by the Comets, a gain of 5 they're going to call it officially. And he's going to cross midfield up to the West Delaware 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5. So the left-handed quarterback here for Charles City, Levi Blaine, picks up 5 on his first completion of the game. And we've got 2nd down and 5. There's no score here as Charles City on their first drive of the ball game. As Blaine comes set, Isaacson, pistol formation behind him. The give is to Isaacson up the middle. He's going to move up just about a yard short. It's going to be a gain of about 4 there as he's finally brought down out there. By the Hawks, and that's Colin Brown. But it's going to be 3rd down and 1 here, just short of the first down, up to the West Delaware 43-yard line. It's going to be pistol formation here once again for the Comets. Isaacson in the backfield, and we've got a penalty marker down. Timeout by Charles City. So first time out of the game here is by the Comets. As we've got a lot going on here. Don't forget, Swish mentioned it with Coach Winkowicz in the pregame. The West Delaware 100 Years celebration, 100 years of West Delaware football. They're inviting all former West Delaware players, coaches, and cheerleaders to come and be introduced at halftime of the varsity football game versus Decorah. That's October 24th. They will be lining people up by decade, as Coach Winkowicz mentioned, and would love to see you there in Pack Brown Field. So October 24th at halftime against Decorah. They're going to celebrate 100 years of West Delaware football and try to bring back as many players, coaches, and cheerleaders as possible. Kind of a neat deal. Hopefully see a big turnout for that.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. And, if last week was any indication for homecoming, I suspect that there's Brown Field will be packed for this event as well.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 1. The Comets will line up under center. One back behind Blaine is Isaacson as he sends a man in motion. Blaine's going to keep it himself, and it's going to be close as he tried sneaking it, keeping it himself as John Nagel comes up and makes it, and our official here on the near side of the field is going to mark it a first down for Charles City, about the 41.5-yard line of West Delaware. So another first down here by Charles City. Is 1st and 10 here with 7:45 left to go in this first quarter. Still scoreless between these two teams. As they come set, pistol formation. Levi Blaine, senior quarterback, with the back next to him is Dylan Isaacson. He's a senior as well. Again, Brian Foster not into the ball game here. Is a fake handoff, a read option here by Blaine. He keeps it himself. He's going to run up to the West Delaware 34-yard line. It's going to be another nice gain there, a gain of about 7 yards there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 as Brent Lammers makes the stop for the Hawks. So 2nd down and 3 here for Charles City. As just under 7 minutes left to go in this first quarter. As Blaine comes set, shotgun formation beside him is Isaacson. He keeps it himself, and he's going to push forward close to a first down as he's brought down out there by Adam Newhouse. That's going to be close to a first down. I believe they're going to measure this. They are.
It's going to be close.
Well, they're giving him the first down already. First down, Charles City. So that's going to be up to the West Delaware 32-yard line, and a third first down of this drive here. But by Charles City, really moving the ball here.
Yeah, and you've seen this from the Hawk defense this year, Jamie. You know, that first drive, you know, they're trying to get their feet underneath them and stuff and kind of see what the offense is doing. Hopefully, you know, they can put up the wall here and prevent Charles City from getting any further down the field.
So 1st and 10, Charles City. They're going to send a man in motion, fake the end around, and Blaine's going to throw it, and he throws it short of his intended receiver. Dallas Niels is going to drop in front of Niels, and he has some room ahead of him, but I tell you what, that pass falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 here for Charles City. Niels is 5'7", 150-pound junior for Charles City. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 here. So nice job there by the Hawks. Got to try to get out there and cover him because, you know, if he catches that pass, who knows what happens. But a nice job there. 2nd down and 10 here for the Hawks. 6:15 left to go. 6:15 left to go in this first quarter. Still scoreless, the first drive of the game here for Charles City. The Hawks went 3 and out on their first drive, punted away. As they send a man in motion, Blaine's going to keep it himself. He's got some room. He gets to the outside, crosses into the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to go in for the Comet touchdown. 32 yards for the Charles City touchdown, and they strike first. It's 6-0 Charles City with 6:09 left to go in this first quarter.
And Blaine just took it to the near side here, Jamie, towards the Charles City Comet sideline, and then just cut it back, just weaved his way through towards the far sideline and scampered in for the 32-yard touchdown run. So if you're a Charles City fan, you couldn't have asked for a better start to this game. So Hawks, hopefully this will kind of be a little bit of a wake-up call, and the Hawks can get going here.
So now Charles City on to attempt the extra point. As coming out to attempt that, it will be Brandon Childs. As the Hawks jump off sides, and the bad snap, but it's not going to matter as the Hawks look like they jumped off sides here. As the Hawks jumped off sides, the bad snap, so. So it'll be. So it looks like Charles City's still going to kick it away here, as they're going to move the tee up a little bit. So 6-0 here, Charles City. Here with 6:09 left to go in this first quarter. And Childs on to attempt the extra point now. As they get this one away, it's another high snap. Blaine's going to keep it himself. He throws it out of the back of the end zone. 6-0 our score. Charles City leads it. 6:09 left to go first quarter. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back in to Comet Field in Charles City, Iowa, where the Charles City leads West Delaware 6-0 as DeAndre Daniels is going to take this kick, return down the sideline. He's got some room. He's going to cross midfield into Charles City territory, and he is down. We'll see where they mark him out. Down to about the 48-yard line of Charles City. A nice return. That's the kind of return we're looking for from DeAndre Daniels. A good return there. And that's where the Hawks will start with great field position. They're going to put them right at midfield, is where the Hawks will start 1st and 10, and the Hawks hurry up and go right back into the offense.
And that touchdown drive by Charles City, Jamie, 9 plays, 66 yards, took 4 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. Levi Blaine with a 32-yard touchdown run puts Charles City up with the botched extra point, 6-0, with about 6 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
So the Hawks will come set. As Lammers will come set in that power I formation here for the Hawks, as 2 backs directly behind Lammers, 1 receiver to the right. As the give is to Russell, he's going to go off to the right side, and he's going to pick up a couple there. A little extracurricular activity way over here as the Hawks and Comets were battling for it. That's going to be a gain of 2 there by Coy Russell. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as he crosses midfield down to the Charles City 48-yard line. So 2nd down and 8 here. And the Hawks offense comes back to work here as 3 and out on their first drive. Had to punt it away, which led to the Charles City drive, a long drive by Charles City, resulting in a touchdown. 2nd down and 8, same formation here, power I for the Hawks. They're going to give to Russell again off to the right side. He's still moving. He's going to bust out. He's going to pick up a few more yards after going through some tackles, and that's the Coy Russell we've seen.
Yep.
He just keeps moving through. He keeps those feet pumping. He's going to pick up about 6 or 7 there, and it'll bring up third down and a long 2 yards here for the Hawks.
And this is the kind of situations that you like to see the Hawks in, Jamie, if they do get to third down. Those 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2, where they have options. You know, you get to 3rd and long, pretty much in a passing situation, no questions asked. But now the Hawks have options here and can maybe just go straight ahead with Coy again.
They've got it at the Charles City 42, and Adam Newhouse is going to jump off sides. So a 3rd and 2 is going to turn into a 3rd and 7 here for the Hawks as Adam Newhouse jumps off sides. Hey, don't forget, tune in to KMCH after tonight's game for this week's area online and playback game of the week. As tonight, it's the Battle of the Cowbell as Anamosa travels to Monticello to take on the Panthers. Join John Swisher and Kevin Barnes with the call on that one right after our game here. You can tune in to KMCH.com right now and listen to that one. The Hawks take a timeout. We'll do the same and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back in. The Hawks trailing 6-0 as Lammers will a draw play here for the Hawks. Russell was tripped up and still on his feet at the 50, all the way back to the 50. Still trying to move back, but he's going to be dropped back at the 48-yard line. A loss of 1 on that play as Russell had a gain of about 3 or 4, then got bounced backwards. He broke away from that tackle, got to the outside before losing yards back to the 49-yard line, and it'll be 4th down and 9 here for the Hawks as they look to punt it away here once again.
And Coy did all he could to try and keep fighting for that first down. He fought, and it took all 11 guys on that defense for Charles City to bring him down. But unfortunately, Hawks are in a punting situation in here late in the first quarter.
As Jake Neichel's deep to receive Brent Lammer's kick as he's going to
Fumble,
take it.
Fumble.
And that ball.
Did he touch it? Ooh.
No, they said he didn't touch it.
Ooh.
They said he did not touch it as that ball goes into the end zone. A great punt there by Lammers. A great punt by Lammers goes into the end zone as Nigel was back there.
Wow.
Or Nickel was back there to receive that punt. Thought he touched it, but it goes into the end zone, and the Charles City Comets will come out 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 4:28 left to go in this first quarter. Charles City leading 6-0 here. So we'll see if this Hawk defense can stiffen up here as Charles City went down the field. They started their last drive at their own 34-yard line and went in for the touchdown. So they're going to come with it here again. I formation for the Comets. Levi Blaine under center. They're going to give it to Bryce Foxen. He's going to pick up a couple there as he's brought down by Bennett Cole, the junior for the Hawks, as he's going to pick up 2. It'll bring up, it's a long 2, about 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 upcoming here for the Comets. So that first drive by Charles City, the Hawks didn't have an answer for that offense. We'll see what they have here as it'll be 2nd down and 7. As they're going to come out, shotgun formation. Blaine, the quarterback. Behind him is Isaacson. And they're going to hand off to Isaacson, off to the left side. He cuts back to the right, and he's going to run into a Hawks. As coming in from behind was Bennett Cole making that stop. The first one in there for the Hawks was Drew Cole. So the Cole brothers combine on the stop there for the Hawks. And picking for a loss there as it's going to be a loss of 1 there. It'll be 3rd down and 8 here for the Comets. Good play there by that Hawk defense.
And I'd love to see the Hawks maybe dial something up here and hopefully get some pressure on Blaine. He's 1 for 2 so far in this game, but I think if they can get, if I remember correctly, we've seen him under pressure before, and hopefully they can get some more on there.
He does look to pass. He drops back. He throws out to the left side
there we
across
go.
The middle. And it's going to
D.
fall incomplete as Sam Maloney was on the coverage there, intended for Shane Feller, and that's going to fall incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 8. Looks like they're going to punt it away, so a quick 3 and out there for that Hawk defense. That's what they needed there.
Absolutely, and great job of that defense of shutting down that run. When you shut down that run, it forces a team that may not want to do what Charles City wants to do, and that's pass. And good job there by the Hawks and forcing the 3 and out, and now the Hawks get the ball back and hopefully can put some points on the board here.
So Dylan Isaacson will punt for the Comets. Deep to receive for the Hawks is Max Ridenauer and Dallin Putz. As a penalty marker on the field here. Illegal substitution, as I notice we've got a official mic on tonight. Our official's wearing a microphone that goes over the PA system. So
cool.
As it's illegal substitution against Charles City, as it'll back them up 5 yards. It'll be 4th down and about 13 here.
And as everyone knows, it's a very blustery day today. It is tonight, and as you can see, Jamie, the Charles City is punting into the wind here. So, hopefully the Hawk return men are aware of that. Obviously, the coaches, I'm sure, have made mention of that. But hopefully, we can get a short kick here and get some good field position.
A high snap. Isaacson handles it. A line drive punt here is going to bounce at the 45 and take a big Charles City bounce. It's going to go out of bounds at about the West Delaware. It went out at the West Delaware 44-yard line. That's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10. So another good field position here for the Hawks. We'll see if they can capitalize on this and try to get that offense going, because it's been a little slow going here for the Hawks so far in this game. As they set with the wind to their back, going from our right, as they're going from our right to our left, the Hawks in their white road uniforms, white jerseys with black numbers and orange outline and black pants, as the give is to Austin Bishop right up the middle, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage there as Bishop carries forward, as it's going to be Isaacson and Foxen in on the stop for the Comets. They're going to give him a gain of 1 there. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 here for the Hawks as they come set in that power I formation once again, as Lammers under center. As something the Hawks threw into practice this week, as they give us to Russell up the middle. He's going to be tripped up, as he was a little leg tackle there, as coming up to make the stop for the Comets was Noah Robbins. Russell will pick up about 3 on that play, and he'll bring up 3rd down and 6 here for the Hawks, as they're up to their own 47-yard line.
Coy could have just broke that one little shoestring tackle. Jamie had a little bit more room there to maybe function and break off a big one there. But once again, the Hawks are in a tough 3rd down here. Hopefully they can pick this one up.
Lammers comes set, pistol formation. He looks to throw. He's under pressure. He's got to get rid of it. Throws downfield. Got a man out there. That's going to be Dallin Putz. He's got it at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Dallin Putz. 53-yard touchdown pass from Lammers to Putz, and the Hawks are on the board. It's 6-6. That's the offense the Hawks were looking for, that big strike, and Dallin Putz was the spark plug there. He caught a nice pass from Brent Lammers, broke a couple tackles, and ran away from the rest. And he goes in from 53 yards out here with 1:36 left to go in this first quarter.
Well, those are the type of 3-and-outs we like, Jamie, the 3 and the touchdown. So great job there by Dallin, just cut across the field, and Brent did a good job of keeping himself aware of it. He saw him, he hit him with a beautiful pass, and Dallin did the rest. A lot of open field, ran it on in for the touchdown.
Alex Reitz on to attempt the extra point. It's high, and I believe it went right. Yes, it did, out of the hold of Owen Ward. The snap by Ryan Solomon, but the Hawks tie it up at 6-6. 1:36 left to go in this first quarter. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Along with in-studio producer Dennis Robertson, Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Pleen, and Bill Logan back with you here at Comet Field in Charles City, Iowa, where we've got a tie ball game, 6-6 between West Delaware and Charles City as Lammers kick. And we're going to get a penalty, it looks probably against the Hawks. It's going to be illegal procedure against the Hawks, and so they're going to back up 5 yards. And not really what they wanted there, is the wind at their back, as Aaron was mentioning off air. The wind at their back. It'd be a nice time for Lammers to boot this thing into the end zone, but now he's got to back up 5 yards and do it again. But a good drive there, not a long drive, but a good drive there for the Hawks.
3 plays, 56 yards, took a minute and 16 off the clock. On the 3rd down, Brent Lammers hits Dallin Putz with the 53-yard touchdown pass. Hawks did miss the extra point, but they do tie the game up 6-6 late in this first quarter.
So Lammers will kick it away again. A line drive is going to bounce at the 25. It's going to be muffed at back to the 15. What a hit. Max Ridenauer with a huge hit on Dallas Neals. That'll be fun to watch on the highlight film later, as Ridenauer, one of the gunners, came flying up and nobody touched him, and he ran right over Dallas Neals and stopped him right in his place as he's going to take it. at the 21-yard line, and that's where Charles City will start 1st and 10.
And those hurt just a little bit more on a night where it's 30 degrees, Jamie, and so big hit. Those are tone setters there too. Those are the ones where it pumps the defense up when they come out. So let's hopefully we can carry this over now and keep things moving.
1st and 10. 1st and 10 here for the Comets as Blaine comes set, as they're going to send a man in motion, as this is going to be Bryce Foxen, and he's going to be stopped immediately as a little end around there by the Hawks. So he's going to be brought down out there by Drew Cole. Drew Cole comes up to make the stop. A nice stop by him. Yep. It'll be a gain of 2 there. It'll be 2nd down and 8. So looks like this Hawk defense woke up after that first drive by Charles City.
We've seen it all year. The Hawks, they come out, they kind of see what the opponent's doing, kind of get a feeling for it, and then you really see them turn it on there after those first couple possessions. And absolutely, Jamie. So hopefully the Hawks can keep this up.
So Blaine comes set, shotgun formation. Beside him is Isaacson. He looks to pass on 2nd and 8. Throws out to the right side, left side. Had a man out there, but it falls incomplete. Max Ridenauer with the coverage there as he was looking for Dallas Neals, the junior wide receiver. It falls incomplete. It's 3rd down and 8 here. 48 seconds left to go first quarter, and we're all tied at 6. So another big 3rd down here for this Hawk defense, as they've still played outstanding since week number 1. As they've, coming into tonight, they had 6 straight quarters without giving up any touch or any points whatsoever, as they shut out Vint Schellsburg in the second half and completely shut out Crestwood last week. So the Comets come set, 3rd down and 8. Shotgun formation for Blaine. Beside him is Dylan Isaacson, as they get the snap off, or they do not get the snap off. And I believe we're going to have a delay of game here. Delay a game against Charles City, so that's going to make it a 3rd and 13 now. That's a big break for the Hawks. And now 3rd down and 13 here. So the Hawks catch a break there, and see what the Comets do here on 3rd down and 13. And you're still, if you're the Hawks here, you get a stop here. You've got the Comets punting into the wind here. So huge opportunity here for West Delaware.
Absolutely.
So Blaine comes set, shotgun formation. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to roll out to his left. It's a fake. He's got a handoff there, and that's going to be Dallas Neals, as he doesn't get out of bounds, and they might run this clock out here. As we have a score update from Easton Valley tonight. Edco leading 16-14 at halftime. It was a scoreless first quarter between those two teams. And Edco scoring 16, Easton Valley scoring 14 in that second quarter. So we've got a 16-14 ball game there in Easton Valley. Edco leading that game. We've got the end of the first quarter here. We're all tied at 6s between West Delaware and Charles City. We'll take a break. You're listening to West Delaware football on 94.7 KMCH. Back here in Charles City, a low punt there by the Comets, as that was Isaacson, as it's going to cross midfield and be picked up at the West Delaware 48-yard line by Carlos Gonzalez, and that's where the Hawks will start with it, 1st and 10. So there is a penalty marker down on the field, right about the Charles City 38-yard line. So they switch sides, as West Delaware will now go from our left to right. Charles City in their home uniforms, all black tops with orange numbers and black pants, as we'll get the official call here, as our white hat comes over to let us know what it is. Did they pick it up? Personal foul.
Oh.
It's going to be a personal foul against the Hawks, so we're going to tack on 15 yards backwards to the end of that run. So 48-yard line is going to back the Hawks up now, as they're going to mark that one off.
I didn't see what happened there. I didn't see what happened. And not saying it didn't, just wasn't anything.
So here we go. The Hawks will now have it at their own 33-yard line. So still decent field position here for the Hawks. We'll see what they can capitalize here, as they're going to go back to that power I formation as Lammers under center. Behind him is Russell, Bishop, and Ridenauer. As they're going to fake the handoff.
Oh,
Lammers is going to throw. He's got a man downfield looking for Trent Curley. Overshoots his man, and that falls incomplete. Up back to the Charles City 25-yard line is where that pass fell incomplete. Curley had a jump beat on his man, but it overshoots him, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Hawks.
Well, I watched when I saw Lammers roll out, Jamie, I kind of watched Curley, and he did kind of a stutter step, and then he went, and he had a couple yards on him, and it was a beautifully thrown ball by Brent. They just couldn't connect on it, but that plants something in Charles City's minds for later on down the road, and it definitely keeps that defensive back on his toes.
So the Hawks will give it to Russell up the middle as he brings it up to the 35-yard line. That'll be about a gain of 2 there for the Hawks as he's going to be brought down out there by Nathan Huffman. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 here for the Hawks. So the last time we saw the Hawks in 3rd down situation, they went for a 53-yard touchdown. We'll see if Magic can strike twice here. As they come set, they're going to go in the pistol formation this time as he's got one receiver to his right is John Nagel, 2 to his left. Lammers is going to pass on 3rd down and 8, throws out downfield. He's got a man out there. That's Ridenauer, and it's going to be caught up to the 46-yard line. Great catch out there by Max Ridenauer, a Play of the Week nominee last week by Max Ridenauer. He makes another big catch on 3rd down and 8 for the Hawks there. It's a 1st down up to the West Delaware 46-yard line. For West Delaware's where they'll have it 1st and 10. 11 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter. It's 6-6 between the Hawks and the Comets.
It's almost impossible to defend that throw, Jamie, because the defender is, he does the stop and does a little hook route, and it's impossible for the defender to keep up.
Pistol formation to give us to Russell. He's trying to get to the outside. Now he cuts back to the left, trying to outrun the defenders. He's going to pick up about 7 there before he's brought down by Foxen. A nice run there by Coy Russell. He started coming to the right. There was a wall of Comets there. He took off back to the left, picked up 8, and it's going to be 2nd down and 2 here for the Hawks as they move into Charles City territory, down to the Comet 46. As they come back set, pistol formation. Lammers sends a man in motion. This is Ridenauer. Russell gets the handoff. He's going to pick up the 1st down, nearing the 40-yard line, down to the Charles City 41-yard line. That's going to be good for another West Delaware 1st down. So the Hawks' big yardage, and most of their yardage has come out of what they're used to, that pistol formation, as they tried to put as many guys in the box as Charles City had on defense. But this pistol is what's getting it done right now for the Hawks, as it's 1st and 10 West Delaware, as they have it at the Charles City 41. Pistol here, 2 guys in the slot for the Hawks. Still keeping a lot of guys in the box there are the Hawks. As Lammers comes set, they give us to Russell. This time to the left side. He's going to pick up 2 before he's brought down out there by the Comets. And making the stop there for Charles City is Noah Robbins. As Russell they're going to give him 1 up to the 40. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 9 here for West Delaware.
You're right, Jamie. The first quarter, Coy was getting 1, 2, 3 yards at a crack, and now these last 3-4 runs, you're talking 5, 6, 7. So kind of back to the running game that we're used to for the Hawks.
And now they're going to come back in that power I formation here. Lammers under center. They have it at the 40-yard line. They're going to give it to Russell again. He breaks free. He's got some room to the 30, 25, down to the 26-yard line of Charles City before he's brought down by Shane Feller. A huge run there by Coy Russell. And the Hawks will have it 1st and 10 at the Charles City 26-yard line. 9:38 left to go 2nd quarter, and we're all tied at 6.
Yeah, big hole by the Hawk offensive line there on the right side. Just opened it up, and he had one man to beat, and the Charles City defender did a good job of getting him down at the legs, but good job there, good vision by Coy.
Now kind of a diamond formation here for the Hawks as they come set. They're going to give to Bishop up the middle. The first man through is Bishop as he brings it down to the 23-yard line of Charles City. So a gain of 3 or 4 there for Austin Bishop, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 6. So they've kind of went out of that power I formation, and now they have Coy Russell deep and kind of, like I said, a diamond formation as Lammers under center and 2 guys to the right, lined up to the right and the left.
Well, it gives you an interesting dynamic because you got sometimes Austin Bishop, who's another back, but then you got Max Ridenauer back there, who, if you have all kinds of options with the 2nd string quarterback back there.
And now we've got Ridenauer and puts in the backfield. They're going to give to Russell off to the right side. He's going to fight forward up to the 22-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 1 there, and we'll bring up 3rd down and 5. And, you talked about the interesting dynamic there, but this is something we haven't seen all season, so Charles City hasn't seen it. So the Hawks kind of throwing that element of surprise in there as a gain of 1 there by Russell is going to bring up 3rd down and 5 as the Hawks will come set. They have it down to the Charles City 22-yard line. Looking to punch another score in here as we're tied at 6. Middle of the second quarter. As they come set with that power I formation now. As they're going to, Lammers is going to throw. He rolls out to his right. He's going to be run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So a loss of about 3 yards there. So you're in 4-down territory here if you're the Hawks. So it's going to be 4th down and about 8 here for West Delaware as they mark him down. Let's see where they do mark him down. He's about at the 25, excuse me. They're going to mark him at the 26. So it'll be 4th down. 4th down and 4th and 10 they're going to call it. So a big loss there by Lammers. And they're going to come out in a pistol formation. Three receivers bunched to the left for the Hawks as Lammers is going to throw on 4th and 10. Lammers is going to step up. He's going to tuck it and run. He breaks 1 tackle down to the 22, and they're going to stop him. As coming up to make the stop is Shane Feller. And the Hawks will be stopped on 4th down, and they will send the defensive team down as Charles City will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. So the Hawks went for it. They didn't get it, and Charles City will now take over with 7:51 left to go in this second quarter, and the game all tied at 6. Again, you can find out what all of the area coaches have to say about tonight's games tomorrow morning at 9 on the Coach's Corner with Kevin Shookman right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Levi Blaine comes set, shotgun formation. They send Foxen in motion, and he's going to be tripped up, but then breaks that tackle, and he's going to come up, and Drew Cole's going to come over and make the stop. A short gain there, gain of about 2 on that play for Foxen as he was the man in motion. He took it on the reverse there. And it's going to be a gain of 2. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Charles City Comets.
Yeah, good job there by that Hawk defense of stringing it out a little bit. I didn't see who initially clipped him at the heels there, but the rest of the guys came in and helped out and stopped him for a short gain. So Hawks are starting to kind of get the feeling now of what Charles City's starting to do here a little bit, and you can see it on the last 2 or 3 possessions for Charles City.
Caleb Whitman into the game for the Hawks on defense. They're going to give it to Isaacson, it's a keeper by Blaine. He's got some room down the left side, crosses midfield. He's going to be run out of bounds by Brent Lammers, but there's a penalty marker down on the field as he crossed midfield down to the 41-yard line. As a penalty in the backfield as Charles City fans, coaching staff up here in the booth not happy with the penalty that's about to come out here as they're talking to the Hawks as that big play on the keeper by Levi Blaine will be negated here as looks like a holding penalty here.
Either holding or blocking the back, one of the two.
As there are 2 penalty markers down on the field. As we're going to get illegal procedure against that penalty is declined, and it's going to be a block in the back against Charles City, and that one will be accepted, and it'll back them up. It'll be 2nd down and long here for the Comets coming up. So the Hawks catch another break there. And it's going to be a big one for Charles City as that's going to move them back to their own 17-yard line with 7 minutes left to go in this first half. 6-6 our score. So the Hawks catch a break there, Aaron Pleen, and they got to take advantage of it here.
Absolutely. It's, not many times do you get second chances, but the Hawks do here, so hopefully they can make up for it and, stuff Charles City.
Blaine sends a man in motion. He fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be run down out there as Drew Cole gets in there again. We've called his name a lot so far tonight as he's done a great job of busting through there and making stops. Also in on that stop for the Hawks was Colin Weber. So a 3rd down and 12 coming up for Charles City here from their own 20-yard line. 6:35 left to go first quarter, and we're all tied at 6s. So a big third down opportunity here for the Hawks. See if they can get the ball back and put some more points on the board before halftime. As a shotgun formation, two receivers split out to the right and to the left. As Blaine looks to throw, the left-handed quarterback, screen pass set up. The ball is dropped. Ball is dropped as Max Ridenauer was right there. The intended receiver was Shane Feller. He dropped it. Ridenauer was right there, though that play would have gone nowhere, as Ridenauer did a great job of coming up, reading that screen pass, and came up and made the hit, knocked the ball out of Feller's hands, and the Comets will punt it away here on 4th and 12.
And like you said, Jamie, defense catches a break there, penalty on Charles City, but they do a good job of finishing the drive, stopping Charles City, forcing the punt. So Hawks should get pretty good field position here.
Puts in Ridenauer deep to receive this punt as it hits at the 40 of Charles City, and it's not going to get to midfield, as Isaacson's going to pick it up at the Charles City 48-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start with it. 1st and 10. Take a look at some scores that we have from around the area. There's not a whole lot on there right now, as there's a lot of area games. We do have Edco leading Easton Valley 16-14. 16-14 at halftime. See if we can. Not too many updated scores so far in the area. East Buchanan leads Postville 7-6. That game in the first quarter. Lisbon leading Starmont 13-6. That game in quarter number 2 as they send Ridenauer in motion. They're going to run option. He pitches it out to Ridenauer. Up, he's got it at the 40. Inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line, and that's going to be good for a West Delaware first down, as Lammers had to really pitch that ball in a hurry as the pressure came to him. He kind of threw it almost sideways to Ridenauer. Ridenauer corralled it and took it up and picked up a first down on that play, so the Hawks have it 1st and 10 at the Charles City 38-yard line. 5:54 left to go in this second quarter.
Well, Brent sold it really well. He waited for the defender to commit to him, and right before Brent was going to get hit, he pitched it to Max and just did a great job of taking it forward for about an 11-yard gain and a first down.
So the Hawks have it 1st and 10. The give is to Russell off to the right side. He's got some room, got it at the 35, inside the 35, down to the 31-yard line before he's brought down out there by Feller. But a nice gain there by Coy Russell. As down to the 31, that's going to be a pickup of 7 there on first down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Hawks. Maquoketa Valley leading 21-0. That game with just 9 minutes into that ball game. Again, homecoming in Delhi tonight as they're taking on North Lynn. As the Hawks come set, 2nd down and 3. Pistol formation behind Lammers is Russell. The give is to Russell. He's going to go to the right side. Now he's going to cut it back up. He's got it at the 30 before he's brought down, a gain of 1, as he's going to be brought down out there by Noah Robbins. As it's going to be a gain of 1 and bring up 3rd down and 2 here for the Hawks. So again, 4-down territory for the Hawks as you have it down to the Charles City 30-yard line. We'll see what the Hawks do here, as it looks like they're going to line up with that power I formation once again. And it's
Charles
really,
City,
is it really a power I? Is he lined up directly? Is he lined up directly behind him? As Lambert's going to keep it himself, he's going to pick up the first down as he gets inside the 30 to the 28. I can't tell if Russell's lined up directly behind him or if they're off to the right a little bit, but it's going to be a first down for the Hawks.
Kind of looks like maybe that's an eye behind Brent with one guy offset to the 2 backs behind him a little bit. So,
well, same formation here on 1st and 10 as they have it at the 26-yard line of Charles City. Lammers comes set. He's going to hand off to Russell up the middle. He's going to push forward. He gets out to the outside 20, 15, 10. He cuts back at the 5 and goes down to the 1-yard line. Does Coy Russell, has a gain of about 25 yards there, as he's going to be brought down at the 1-yard line out there by Dylan Isaacson, but a huge run of 25 there by Coy Russell, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 1 for West Delaware. So a huge run there by Coy Russell, as again looked like he was going to be stopped short of with a short gain. He gets to the outside and breaks a tackle and gets down to the 1-yard line, and now Lammers will line up under center. We'll see if the Hawks just try to punch it in with Lammers here as he lines up under center. He's going to fake the handoff. He keeps it himself, rolls out to his right, and goes in for the 1-yard touchdown. So Brent Lammers in for the Hawk touchdown, and the Hawks lead it 12-6 with 3:54 left to go in this first half. So now Alex Reitz will come on to attempt the extra point. Owen Ward to hold it. Ryan Solomon to snap it away. As coming up at halftime, we will catch up with West Delaware freshman coach Bob Morris as his team victorious tonight. As the snap is down, and it is good. 13-6, West Delaware leads it. 3:54 left to go in this first half. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 FM, KMCH. And welcome back in as the Hawks kick it off here. As bringing that ball out for Charles City was Carlos Gonzalez. As Bennett Cole makes the stop as Gonzalez brings it up to the Charles City 29-yard line, and that's where the Comets will start with it. 1st and 10. With 13-6, West Delaware leads it with 3:47 left to go in this first half.
And Jamie, that last touchdown drive by the Hawks, 5 plays, 48 yards, took 2 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Brent Lammers with the 1-yard touchdown run with the extra point puts the Hawks up now 13-6 with, as you said, about a little under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
So I formation here for Charles City, and I believe we're going to get a timeout by the Comets. Yes, we are. As we talked about Bob Morris and his freshman team tonight, winning 34-24. The West Delaware sophomores were victorious on Brown Field last night, 38-6. As Coach Finn, Coach Becker, and the sophomore team winning last night over Charles City, 38-6, a great win. Shut them out through 3 quarters. It was 28-0 at the end of the third quarter. A great win by the sophomore team, and as the freshmen won tonight, so the West Delaware varsity looking for the sweep of Charles City here tonight. As we take a look at what's coming up next week on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Volleyball fans, don't miss next week's broadcast as the West Delaware Hawks will host Beckman. You can catch that game right here on KMCH at 7:30. The Hawks this week defeated Central DeWitt 3-0 this week down in DeWitt. Another outstanding performance by Coach Mather and the West Delaware volleyball team. Of course, we've got cross country as the boys and girls cross country teams were in action this week. They will be in action again next week as they will host the West Delaware Invitational. We'll get back to that in just a second as the Comets come set I formation on their first play of this drive as they're going to give it up the middle. As this is the fullback, Isaacson, he's going to bring it up to the 35. That West Delaware cross-country team. The West Delaware got to find it again. I had it right here. As they were in action last week. The West Delaware girls over in Western Dubuque finished in 6th place. The meet was won by defending state champions Decorah. Top runners for the Hawks were Jana Utter. She finished with 16:40. Good for 15th place. Caitlin Paul's right behind her in 23rd with a 16:58. We'll get to the boys' results after this play. I formation. It's 2nd down and 3 as keeper by Blaine as he's going to bring it at the 40. 45 still on his feet, fighting off Hawks, and he's going to still working downfield and getting pushed down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line of West Delaware. DeAndre Daniels finally coming up to make the stop for the Hawks, but a huge first down there by Levi Blaine on the quarterback keeper. The boys cross-country team, West Delaware boys team, finished 10th, and Bellevue won that meet over in Western Dubuque. Top performers for the Hawks, Logan Riley was 35th with a time of 18 minutes, 32 seconds. And 49th place was Noah Crumpton, a freshman with 19 minutes and 3 seconds. Christian Sneeders, the junior, finished in 52nd with 19 minutes and 13 seconds. So now we're going to get a timeout here. We'll take one as well and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Along with in-studio producer Dennis Robertson, Jamie Vasky, Aaron Pleen, and the tough guy down on the sideline, Bill Logan, back with you here as he claims it's balmy down there like he's not cold. He's only got 4 coats on. I watched him put every one of them on the car before we came into the game here. So he should be warm. I would certainly hope. But it's going to be 1st and 10 for Charles City at the Hawk 37-yard line. 2:52 left to go in this second quarter. The Hawks leading 13-6 as Levi Blaine comes set I formation here for the Comets. He's going to hand off to Foxen. He's going to be stuffed. Adam Newhouse, bomber, comes up and makes a big stop for the Hawks after a short game. So looking at it here, the biggest plays from Charles City so far have come on runs and quarterback keepers by Levi Blaine. One was called back due to a block in the back penalty, but this last one, a big run by Blaine, and he's been most of their offense here tonight. They had a long drive, but it was little by little in their first drive of the game, but Levi Blaine has been the big ball carrier so far for the Comets here tonight, which he has done most of the season, as I believe he's right up there in rushing yards for the Comets, as when he keeps it himself, he's got 342 yards and 4 touchdowns this season. He's going to pass here on 2nd down and 9. Got a man out there, overshoots his intended receiver, Shane Feller, as Austin Bishop was behind him, but a couple yards behind Feller.
Yep.
Luckily for the Hawks, it falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9 here with 2:08 left to go in this second quarter.
Well, and credit some of that to the defensive line of the Hawks for getting some pressure on Blaine and probably making him throw it a second or two before he wanted to. But that Hawk front four for the Hawk defensive line does a good job of getting some pressure and causing Blaine to kind of throw it a little early. So here again, Charles City in a 3rd down. If the Hawks can get a stop here and get the ball back, hopefully we can get that quick strike offense back on the field.
So Blaine comes set. He's going to pass again on 3rd and 9. A little pressure. He overshoots his intended receiver once again, as that time he was looking. That pass was intended for Foster. I don't have a number which Foster that is. It was number 34, Foster, on that intended catch, but it falls incomplete and just about fell into the arms. Jaden Foster, the sophomore, 6'3", 165, not on our program. He is listed on their online roster, so we'll keep that in mind. Jaden Foster, as they come back set, it's 4th down and 9. And the Comets are going to go for it. I think the Hawks are going to call a timeout. That pass, though, after it bounced out of Foster's hands, just about bounced right into the arms of DeAndre Daniels. DeAndre Daniels was right there, just about caught it, but it falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 9 upcoming for Charles City. So the Hawks will call a timeout here. 4th down and 9, 2 minutes, 3 seconds left to go, as the Charles City Comets have it down to the West Delaware 36, which is really good for the Hawks. After that big run by Levi Blaine, the Hawks have held strong for 3 straight plays here.
Absolutely, and I like the timeout call, Jamie. Let's get the defensive call that you want in. Make sure all 11 guys are on the same page. And it's a big play in this half here. If the Hawks can shut them down here, there's still 2 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock in this first half. So a lot of time left. But first you gotta stop them here on 4th down.
And Bill Logan down on that Hawks sideline. Bill, the Hawks gave up that long drive to start this game, but hey, really this defense has stood strong ever since that.
They've done a tremendous job. They've outside of 2 quarterback pull back on an option there, 32-yard touchdown, that 27-yard scramble right there. They've really done a really good job of shutting them down here. Sure, they'll make 2 little adjustments at halftime here, but a good first half defensively here for the Hawks.
As the Comets will come set on 4th down and 9, as they will go for it, as Levi Blaine, shotgun formation beside him as Dylan Isaacson. He looks to pass on 4th and 9. Now he rolls to his left, still looking to throw. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man in the end zone, and it's going to be overthrown. Over and shoots his intended receiver out there as he was looking for Feller again. Austin Bishop right there on the coverage as he threw it out of the back of the end zone. The Hawks will take over 1st and 10 at their own 36. As Aaron mentioned, still some time left here in this first half with 1:54 remaining.
Great job by that defense, especially that back 7 there, Jamie, that you could kind of tell that they were, Blaine probably wanted something a little bit more intermediate, but he was getting pressured by that defensive line and had to throw it long, and to the Hawks' benefit, he threw it over the head. So Hawk offense on the field now with 1:54 seconds left, and looks like they're out of timeout. So the Hawks will have to go to that 2-minute offense here.
They certainly will, as these two teams, top 2 in district number 3, both undefeated. Charles City 2-0 in the district, West Delaware 3-0 in district play. As we take a look, as we mentioned, some of those other districts that we have here in our area. As Independence at 1 and 2, they're taking on Crestwood tonight. Another winnable game there for the Mustangs, as they're still looking for a playoff spot here, as they're going to have to beat a couple teams, which some of the good ones will be at home for them. So the Mustangs with a chance to make it into the playoffs. Western Dubuque still atop district number 4 as they're 2-0 in district play. Cedar Rapids Xavier is 3-0.
And I believe they're playing each other tonight in Cedar Rapids, so that's a big one for that district.
Yes, they are at Cedar Rapids Xavier tonight. In Class 2A, we've got the Beckman Blazers 2-0 in district play, 4-1 overall, as they trail only New Hampton in that district, or they're both on top with a 2-0 record. And Beckman at North Fayette Valley tonight. Anamosa leading district number 4 in Class 2A, 3-0 district record, as the Raiders tonight are taking on Monticello in that game. They're 1-1, so Anamosa with a chance to go 4-0 in district play to start this season. As the Hawks will throw on 1st and 10. Lammers looks to pass. He's going to throw downfield. He's got Coy Russell wide open. He's going to go down. He catches it and goes down to a knee at the Charles City 39-yard line, but a huge pass there, and the coaching staff was on the sideline. They were jumping up and down because they saw Russell break free, and they're going to huge pass there, as when he caught it, he dropped down to a knee to catch it. But it'll be 1st and 10 Hawks at the Charles City 39. Pistol formation here for West Delaware. As Brent Lammers comes set, 3 receivers to his left. He looks downfield. Now he's going to throw. Got a penalty marker down, about in the vicinity of holding. I see John Nagel kind of preventing that defender from coming in. Is coming in to try to make or put pressure on Lammers was Andrew Korish. And he's going to be held up there, so it looks like a holding penalty upcoming for the Hawks. 1:36 left to go second quarter. Hawks leading it 13-6. As our official comes out to make the call here. Holding against the Hawks is the call. So taking a look at those districts, Monticello, as we mentioned, 1-1, hosting Anamosa in the Battle of the Cowbell tonight. John Swisher, Kevin Barnes with the call on that one. As in Class A, district number 5, 5 area schools in that one. Maquoketa Valley on top with a 3-0 record, 5-0 overall. They're hosting Northland tonight on homecoming night, up 21-0, just 9 minutes into the game. Starmont 2-1, Edgewood, Colesburg 2-1. As Lammers looks to pass here, as he's going to roll out to his right, looking for a man downfield. He's going to throw it out there. That's going to fall incomplete, as he was looking for Bishop on that play. Excuse me, that's Kelly. Looking for Ryan Kelly out there. And that's going to fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 20 here for the Hawks, as Maquoketa Valley again hosting Northland tonight. Starmont with their 2-1 record. They're hosting Lisbon tonight, losing in that game 13-6. As Edco down at Easton Valley leading 16-14, and East Buchanan leading in their game right now, as they're at Postville tonight. They are 0-3 in district play. As Lammers will pass again, he's going to step up, looks to pass, and he's going to back to his own 48-yard line, as that's going to be another loss of 2 there and bring up about 3rd and 22. So after the big pass play to Coy Russell down to the Charles City 39-yard line, the Hawks have done nothing but go backwards. A 10-yard holding penalty on the next play made it 2nd and 20, and on 2nd down and 20, or excuse me, 1st and 20, and on 2nd and 20, the Hawks incomplete pass, and now a loss of 2 yards there is going to bring up 3rd and 22 for West Delaware.
I'd like to see the Hawks get maybe half of this back and get themselves into a 4th and manageable here.
As Lammers is going to keep it himself here. Lammers is going to keep it himself, and he's going to pick up a few, and that's going to bring up 4th down here for the Hawks as he brings it back up. A gain of 12 there for Lammers. A nice run there is going to bring up 4th down and 10 here for the Hawks, and they're probably going to go for it here as there's just 25 seconds remaining here in this second quarter, and the clock continuing to run. Neither team with any timeouts remaining. As Lammers looks to pass on 4th and 10, he's got a man out there. He's got puts at the 20, inside the 20, down to the 12-yard line of Charles City. The Hawks have to hurry up to the line. 9 seconds remain. It's 13-6. West Delaware leads it with just 9 seconds. Let's see if the Hawks spike it here. They got to get on the line. Wait for our official to start the clock. And he does, and Lammers will spike it with 7 seconds remaining left in this second quarter. And the Hawks have it down, 1st and goal or excuse me, it's not first and goal. It's at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 from the Charles City 12. A big pass from Lammers to
huge.
Putz.
Dallin having a really good first half here, Jamie.
Has a nice pass play there by Putz. There's about a 27-yard gain there to Putz. Is going to put it down. 7 seconds remain. Lammers, pistol formation. 2 receivers to his right. We'll see. They're going to send Bishop in motion. Somebody moved on the Hawks' offensive front. It's going to be false start against the Hawks. So it's going to go back to the 17-yard line now, as they had it 1st and 10 at the 12. And now they're going to back up. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 17. 6 seconds remain on the clock here for West Delaware, as we'll see what the Hawks come out with here. They're going to reset the game clock to 7 seconds. There's the 7 seconds remaining on the clock here, as the Hawks leading 13-6. Lammers shotgun formation. Nobody in the backfield with him. So he looks to pass as they show blitz. Throws it. Got a man in the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, West Delaware. Austin Bishop from 17 yards out, and the Hawks now go up 19-6 with 3 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Beautiful pass, beautiful way. Austin Bishop looking the ball into his hands. Just a great job there by that offense with a 1:54, ball in their own 36, going 64 yards in about a 1:50 seconds. That's a real, if you're a Charles City fan, it's a tough touchdown to kind of swallow there, especially as well as they played in the first half.
So Reed's on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up. It is good. West Delaware leads it 20-6 with 3 seconds remaining here in this second quarter. What a drive there by the Hawks. Is really didn't look good there, as they had it 3rd down and 22. Lammers kept it himself, picked up 12 yards on 3rd and 22, made it 4th and 10. He completed a pass to Putz down to the 12, a 5-yard penalty against the Hawks, and a 17-yard touchdown pass from Brent Lammers to Austin Bishop, and the Hawks lead it 20-6. A great drive there by the Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. It was 6 plays, 64 yards, took him 1 minute and 51 seconds off the clock. Brent Lammers to Austin Bishop with the 17-yard touchdown pass with 3 seconds left in this first half. Puts the Hawks up now 20-6 with, as I said, 3 seconds left.
So Lammers will kick off here. It bounces at the 30, bounces off the hands of a defender or a upman for Charles City, and he about knocked over by his own player, and that's how it's going to end, as he brings it up to the 42. But West Delaware takes a 20-6 lead into halftime. We'll take a break, come back, catch up with Bob Morris, and then we'll go through the Hawks and the NCAAs before we get you back for the second half. We'll talk to Bill Logan right after this. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back in here at halftime. West Delaware leads Charles City 20-6, and joining me now is West Delaware freshman head coach Bob Morris, and his freshman team victorious tonight, 34-24 over Charles City. Just a high-scoring game. It's a fun game when there's a total of 58 points scored in a game. It was back and forth, and I tell you what, looking at these stats here, as he can still hear us down there. These stats are a little skewed here tonight because there was a big run that was missed on the stat sheet tonight, so we're going to let him hear about that when he comes back. But a great win for you guys tonight. You came up here and defeated a very good Charles City team, and it seemed like they scored. You guys scored right back with them.
Yeah, well, we got off to a nice start, got a couple scores lead, and then they came back and scored, got a nice kickoff return. They've got some good speed on the Charles City freshman team. We knew we'd kind of have a tough time with them. They had beaten Cresco the week before. And so for us to get a nice lead at halftime, 26-8, ran the ball really well. the two backs, Phillips, or actually three, Cook and Helly, all three took turns running the football and were able to get us in the end zone for a nice lead. And then the second half kind of was the back and forth where they'd get a score. They were bringing the linebackers quite a bit on us. We had to make an adjustment, and we're able to get a nice score there at the end of the game, the one that you're talking about that's not on the sheet.
Yeah. It's on the scoring summary, but it's not on the stat sheet. Jared Helly, a big run, 65 yards, and it was a beautiful run. He ran about 150 to get to 65 as he had to come across the field there at the end, and just a great run by him. And that's what your offense did most of the night. They broke a lot of tackles. There was a run down here, I believe, by Phillips, a big run that was that second touchdown
right.
you guys had. He did a couple juke moves and did the old limp leg and got past a couple tacklers and went into the end zone. And your kids ran hard tonight. And you mentioned off air they had to change a little bit tonight. You had one of your players hurt in the sophomore game last night, so they had to adjust to that with a new body out there. But a great offensive performance by you guys tonight.
Yeah, with Harrison Goebel got dinged up a little tonight, which was our tight end. Brandon Angleton stepped in for him. Coach Warden was up here, did a really great job all week working with the line as far as we were going to run 3 plays and we were going to run them well. And we spent a lot of time with the running backs at hitting that hole better. I couldn't be happier for those 3 I mentioned earlier, how hard they ran. And the receivers did a nice job blocking for us to kind of spring us on a couple as well. But for Brandon to step in there and play that tight end spot as well as he did, and a lot of our blocking is off of that. So real proud of the kids, and a lot of them stepped up, did a nice job for us.
And I tell you what, Coach Warden, he must know he's on the he's right by us tonight. He's been awfully quiet up here tonight so far to start this game, but I tell you what, his defense did a great job tonight, just allowing 255 yards. Passing-wise, there was 157, so 198 rushing yards. But a great performance by the defense as well tonight. A lot of hard hitting out there.
A lot of hard hitting. The linebackers did a great job. Dunstan Warner and Jeff Phillips had some nice tackles in there, and the D-line kept them off them so they could make some plays. And our D-backs, they did get a few passes on it with that wind. None of us knew where they were going sometimes with the way the wind was blowing, and we had a little trouble passing the ball, but picked up a nice 2-point conversion there at the end with Cole Engel to Jimmy Schober, and the kids got all excited about that. So.
Absolutely, a great performance. Now it's kind of the tough part of the season as we're back to non-district next week, so you guys get to travel again next week down to Central DeWitt, and the sophomores get to play at home, but a team that West Delaware's played a lot in the past. Yeah. You've coached against Central DeWitt, and pretty much the same thing. You guys know what you're getting into with Central DeWitt.
DeWitt has a very good freshman team. They went undefeated last year, have a lot of speed, but our kids are getting better and looking forward to that challenge. We got a short week, but some things that we can get in. We're getting healthy. We're getting a couple of our kids back that have been out, and we're just spending a lot more time on the fundamentals. We're not adding a lot right now and just trying to do things better. In the last 2 weeks, we've certainly improved in some areas that we struggled with earlier. And that's kind of what it's all about at that freshman level. The kids are maturing, and we're doing better results on and off the field.
Well, it's been great to see from the beginning of the year what this team looked like to what they're at now. 2 wins in a row now, a homecoming win last week, and a win here tonight. Congratulations, Coach Morris, on the win, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Jamie.
As West Delaware freshman head coach Bob Morris here at halftime. West Delaware leads at 20-6. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Welcome back into halftime, along with in-studio producer Dennis Robertson, Jamie Vasky, Aaron Plain, and Bill Logan back with you here as West Delaware leads Charles City here 20-6, week number 6 in the 2014 Iowa High School football season as we take a look at Hawks in the NCAAs and all of our college football schedules for this weekend as the Iowa Hawkeyes off tomorrow, which is probably a good thing for Aaron and Bill as they might need a couple weeks to collect themselves and start making better predictions on Friday nights. As Jamie, I see Jamie's name written there once again, 3 weeks in a row.
1 is bad, 2 is worse, 3 is unacceptable.
Yeah, I know it. We'll give you guys a week off as we may pick another game. We may pick an Iowa Conference game for tomorrow. We'll predict one of them for you. So the Hawkeyes off tomorrow. The Iowa State Cyclones are at Stillwater tomorrow to face Oklahoma State, a very good Oklahoma State team, as the Cyclones 1-3 after a 49-28 loss against Baylor last week in Ames. As the UNI Panthers tomorrow, they are at Indiana State. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff. as Adam Reth, former West Delaware Hawk, a 2013 graduate, as the UNI Panthers were victorious 50-7 last week against Tennessee Tech. In that game, Adam Reth, one tackle for loss. And on the season, he now has 7 total tackles, and 4 of those are for loss, a 2-2 record for the UNI Panthers. Sam Lahr, 2012 graduate, playing down in Cedar Rapids for Coe College, having a great season down there. They were off last week, as they are currently 1-2 on the season, are the Coe Hawks. Sam Lahr on the season, 60 carries, 313 yards, 12 and 5 touchdowns, 12 receptions for 142 yards and 1 touchdown. The Wartburg Knights are in action. They were off last week. Let's talk about who they play this week as they host Loris College tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff. As Aaron Pleen, the
former Duhawk
alumni. There you go. There's that game in Cedar Rapids tomorrow. Coe and Loris. Wartburg was off last week as well, as they are 3-0 on the season. West Delaware has a couple former Hawks there, Brandon Domeyer and Michael Bulkey, both 2011 graduates, as they will play at Central College tomorrow. That may be the game we pick, as we've got Wartburg at Central tomorrow in Pella, as the 3-0 Wartburg Knights travel to take on the Central College Dutch. As on the season, Brandon Domeyer has 48 carries for 228 yards and 3 touchdowns. Michael Bulkey is 2 for 4 on field goals, 3 for 15 on extra points, and leads the team with 19 points on the season. Upper Iowa Peacocks are at home tomorrow against Augustana College. That is a 6 o'clock kickoff from Harms Eichscheid Stadium in Fayette, as the Peacocks are 4-0 on the season. Trey McTaggart, Cole Stephen, both 2012 graduates playing at Upper Iowa, and Cameron McCrow, a 2014 graduate of West Delaware, up in Fayette as well. McTaggart last week had 5 receptions, now starting wide receiver for the Peacocks. 5 receptions for 44 yards and a touchdown. 2 punt returns for 17 yards and 3 kickoff returns for 44 yards. On the season, he has 8 receptions, 64 yards, and a touchdown. 9 kickoff returns for 182 yards, which is a 20-yard average. Last week, Cole Stephen, 4 tackles in the game. That makes a season total of 20 for Cole Stephen. As we move forward to Grandview, Jack Curley and Brandon Becker playing for Grandview. Becker, a 2011 graduate of West Delaware, and Jack Curley, a 2013 graduate, as they defeated University of St. Francis last week 21-9 to make their record 3-1. They will host St. Xavier University homecoming tomorrow at 1 o'clock in Des Moines. And 2014 graduate Timmy Tutton playing at Ellsworth Community College. They lost last week to Iowa Western Community College 42-27. In that game, Timmy Tutton got in, as they are now 1-4 on the season, is Ellsworth. And Timmy Tutton getting into that game and making 1 tackle for Ellsworth. And that is our Hawks in the NCAA segment for you here, as we got a couple score updates for you here. Let's see if we can get it. As West Delaware leading this game 20-6 at halftime. And Edco trailing 26-14, as we must have had that score, as they're down 26-14. That game just starting the 4th quarter, as we'll take a look, see if we can get some more updated scores here, as we'll come back and talk to Bill Logan here in just a little bit. We'll try to get the page refreshed. We'll talk to Bill right after this. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Welcome back in. West Delaware leads it 20-6 here at halftime, as Bill Logan is down on that Hawks sideline, came out of the locker room. And Bill, you mentioned the Hawks, probably a couple adjustments that they saw that can be made after that first half, but still the way things started to be up 20-6 at this point is pretty good for the Hawks.
Well, they've done a really nice job, as the Hawks like to do. They like to establish the run, and what teams have been doing the last several weeks, and Charles City's done a tremendous job at night. They got 8, 9 guys in the box, and it's just hard to run on that. So Hawks have done what they needed to do here and throw the ball a little bit. And there's been wide open receivers all over the place. Corey Russell would have a touchdown if he hadn't gone down to the knees on that one. There was absolutely nobody guarding him. But first half, the Hawks 27 rushes for 107 yards. Russell was 71 on 13 carries. Lammers 5 out of 8 passing for 133, so 250 yards of offense. And there again, we sound like we're struggling, but yet we're 250 yards. Defensively, Hawks have really done a nice job on Charles City. They gave up that 66-yard drive, that first possession. And Charles City has 111 total now, 106 rushing on 17 carries. Blaine, the leader, 6 carries, 74 yards, and he's got 59 of them on 2 carries. So on 2 carries, he's got over half of their offense. So defensively, the Hawks have done some nice jobs, passing Charles City 1 out of 8 for 5 yards. So 111 yards of offense, and only about 50 after that first drive. So Hawks did a good job switching up defensively and pretty much taking them out of a lot of what they want to do. But not having their leading rusher there, that really hurts the Comets.
Well, it certainly does, but you take a look at what Brent Lammers has done. The Hawks, like you said, the Hawks like to establish that running game, but he's 5 for 8 in over 100 yards is a pretty good night, probably for the Hawks as a final. But a first half, he's done a great job, especially in big situations.
Oh, he has, and the one thing you want to get out of here, obviously tonight's game is going to have district implications as far as who's going to finish where. You want to make sure that you come out of here with the W, and the next thing you want to do is, right now they've got that 13-point spread covered too, so now they just want to keep adding and building onto this, and look for that defense. I think you're going to see that defense really pin their ears back, and if the Hawks can get another touchdown up there, that defense can really, really get after them.
Well, thank you very much, Bill Logan, down on that sideline. You
balmy sideline.
Balmy sideline. Hey,
it's awesome. I don't even have gloves on now, guys.
Attaboy.
Hey, man up.
That's because you just came out of the. I'm sure you just came out of the heat, didn't you?
There was no heat in there.
No heat in there. All right.
No. It was that ice cooler you guys keep talking about. I went in there and got game ready.
There.
Oh, man.
Here we go. And I tell you what, Bill, there's no shame up here for us being warm. So we got to give you credit down there on the sideline.
Right. It's a great night for football. I don't care what anybody says. And look at the crowd. I'm a little biased maybe, but we almost got as many here from West Delaware as Charles City does in the home team. So credit to the visiting crowd up here tonight. Hawks traveled well.
Well, I tell you what, if you look over there, they'd be a lot warmer if they would come together. They're kind of spread out trying to make it look like there's more of them, but I tell you what, if they'd come together, it might warm things up a little bit.
Well, they might also get in trouble, too, so they're probably better off spread out.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Bill Logan, down on that sideline. As we got some score updates, we mentioned Edco trailing 26-14 after the third quarter. West Delaware leading here 20-6. Just about to start the second quarter. Independence leading Crestwood 14-6. That game in the second quarter. Solon leading Central DeWitt 33-7. We'll see Central DeWitt next week as Brent Lammers kicks this one away, as it's going to be taken by the Comets. And that is Foxen, and he's going to be wrapped up down there. We'll see who the Hawk was that got in there. That was Bennett Cole. And Cole brothers have been outstanding tonight on the defensive side and on the special teams as well. Try to find a couple more score updates here. Maquoketa Valley 28-0. That game in the second quarter. That was the last score they had. Anamosa leading Monticello 13-0. That game at halftime. As we take a look at a few more scores here, as East Buchanan leading 17-6 over Postville. That game at halftime. Starmont trailing Lisbon 26-18, a close game there in the third quarter for the Starmont Stars. Alburnett up 24-0 on Wapello at halftime. Also at halftime, Vint Schellsburg leads Decorah 7-6 as the Comets come set here. Levi Blaine, shotgun formation. He's going to keep it himself. He rolls out to the right, gets a block, and now he's going to cut it back, and he's going to be wrapped up. Nice job by that Hawk defense as Colin Weber is going to come up to make the stop there on Blaine. Be a gain of close to 5 or 6 yards there. It'll be 6. It'll bring a second down and 4. As those are all the scores we have that are updated. So it'll be second down and 4 here for Charles City. Just underway, third quarter. West Delaware leading 20-6. Jamie Vansky, Aaron Pleen, and Bill Logan back with you here in Charles City, Comet Field, as the Comets line up I formation behind Levi Blaine. In that I formation, as they're going to give it up the middle. This is Foxen, and he's going to be wrapped up immediately up in there as coming up to make the stop. Believe that was Bennett Cole and Kyle McGreen coming up to make the stop for the Hawks. A nice stop there as we have a score, fourth quarter Western Dubuque leading Cedar Rapids Xavier 7-6 in the fourth quarter is the score of that one. So a good game in Cedar Rapids tonight as the Bobcats looking for the upset over Cedar Rapids Xavier.
Well, and we know how good Western Dubuque is. We played them in the first game of the year, and that's a team that's just getting better each game, Jamie.
So 3rd down and 1 here for the Comets. After a gain of 3 there, as Blaine's going to keep it himself. It looks like he's going to push forward enough for the first down, as he's going to fall forward. Coming up to make the stop there for the Hawks. Coming up out of the bottom of the pile was Colin Weber. So 1st and 10 for Charles City as they move up to their own 40-yard line with 10:20 left to go in this third quarter, and West Delaware leading 20-6. As we'll have to keep an eye on the score, as thanks to I believe it was Annette Lenz giving me that score. Yes, it was Annette Lenz. Hopefully she can keep tabs on that game for us the rest of the night and keep us updated as the fake handoff, and they're going to throw it. He's got a man out there. What a catch out there, as Maloney was all over the intended receiver out there. That was Shane Feller. He went up and got it down to the West Delaware 40-yard line. A big first down for Charles City as Feller goes up in the air and gets that one with Maloney draped over his back. He makes the catch, and it'll be 1st and 10 Charles City at the West Delaware 40.
Yeah, and Feller's a big receiver, Jamie, 6'3", 185, so kind of like the Hawks have John Nagel coming out there at 6'6". Charles City has somebody of their own that's a big, tall target, somebody that Blaine can find when he needs to. And so Feller did a good job there hauling that one in and getting the ball on the West Delaware side of the field.
Nice throw there by Levi Blaine as he's going to keep it himself. Option, he's pitches out, and he's going to be wrapped up as it was caught out there by Bryce Foxon as Lammers tripped him, or came up to make the stop after Foxon tripped, but Bennett Cole comes up and Ryan Solomon. Haven't called his name a lot tonight, but he's been around the ball. They come up to make the stop on Foxon. That's going to be a loss of 3 on that play and bring up 2nd down and 13 from the West Delaware 43-yard line.
Yeah, it's the second time tonight that I can remember. I'm sure it's happened more, but it's the second time tonight where that Hawk defense just does a good job. They try and run that option. The Hawk defense strings it out, and the rest of the guys come in and help out, and minimal gains, and in this case, the loss of 2. So great job there playing team defense by West Delaware.
So I formation here on 2nd down and 13 as Levi Blaine comes set. He's going to hand off to the second man through. This is Foxon. He gets to the outside. He's got some room. He's going to cut out to the outside. He's finally going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. As finally coming up to make the stop was Brent Lammers as they go down to the 15-yard line. As a gain of 18 yards there. Excuse me, about 38 yards on that gain there by Foxon, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the West Delaware 15. 8:41 left to go in the third quarter. West Delaware leading 20-6. So let's see if this defense can button it up here as they're in. Charles City moves into the red zone. As they're going to hand off to Foxon again. He's going to bring it up to get back to about the 15, and Max Ridenauer is going to come in. And that's what you like to see with Max Ridenauer. We saw it on this kickoff down here earlier. He's very aggressive when he gets in there. He's kind of got that. He's a wrestler. He's rough when he gets in there, and you could see what he did to Foxon when he wrapped him up. He drove him back to the line of scrimmage. Back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and now we're going to get looks like a timeout or Foxon. Bryce Foxon is going to come off the field here. I'm not sure what the officials called. The officials called timeout there, and they send Foxon off the field. And now we're going to get Colin Johanningmeyer to check into the game here, as will Jake Nickel. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 here for the Comets with 7:55 left to go in this third quarter, and West Delaware leading 20-6. Blaine's going to throw, looks to his left, now he's going to look right, now he's going to tuck it and run, pump fakes, and he's going to go down inside the 10-yard line. He's going to be finally brought down out there as he's going to be run out of bounds out there by Colin Weber. A nice job there in pursuit by Colin Weber. It's going to be a gain of 5 there. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 here for Charles City down at the West Delaware 10-yard line.
This drive by Charles City, Jamie's eerily similar to the first drive of the for Charles City in the first half. 9 plays, 66 yards. Charles City will run their 9th play right here, so hopefully there's a different result from the first half.
So 3rd down and 5. I formation here for Charles City. Blaine comes set. He option pitches out to the right side. This is Foxen trying to get to the outside, down to the 5. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Bryce Foxen in from 10 yards out, and the Charles City touchdown makes it 20-12 with 7:01 left to go in this 3rd quarter. And that was a big run there by Foxen as he led the way for Charles City on that drive. 2 big runs, including the touchdown run by him, makes it 20-12 here with 7:01 left to go in this 3rd quarter. And you mentioned the similar drive to that first one that Charles City had back in the 1st quarter. If the rest of this half continues like the first half did, we'll be very happy with that as Levi Blaine will come set as he throws it into the middle on the 2-point conversion. We're going to get a pass interference as Ridenauer and Solomon were in on that coverage as they were looking for Shane Feller in the end zone. And our official's going to make the call here. Pass interference against the Hawks. 5 minutes left to go in that 4th quarter between Western Dubuque and Cedar Rapids Xavier. The Bobcats just had a defensive stand on 4th down, so they will get the ball back, leading 7-6, as we'll try to keep an eye on that as well. As they're going to try to pass again here, and Blaine's going to keep it himself. He dives in. He's in for the 2-point conversion. It's going to make it 20-14. West Delaware with 7:01 left to go in this 3rd quarter. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Back here in Comet Field in Charles City, Iowa, as Dallin Putz takes this kick return as he's going to be brought down out there by the Comets at his own 20-yard line, as that was Jaden Foster coming up to make the stop for Charles City, and the Hawks will start with it. 1st and 10. 21-yard line is where the Hawks will take over.
And Jamie, that touchdown drive by Charles City, 9 plays, 72 yards, took 4 minutes and 59 seconds off the clock. So Bryce Foxen with the 10-yard touchdown run and 2-point conversion makes it 20-14.
The Hawks give to Russell off the right side. He's going to get maybe 1 on that play before he is brought down out there. So a gain of 1 there will bring up 2nd down and 9 upcoming for West Delaware. So the Hawk offense has to get going again here, as it's now just a 6-point ball game. They lead at 20-14, 6:30 left to go in this 3rd quarter. As Lammers comes set, pistol formation here for him and the Hawks. The fake is to Russell. They give it to Bishop on the end around. He's going to cut it upfield. He's got it at the 25 up to the 27, 28-yard line before he's brought down. About 3 yards short of that 1st down. The Hawks will have 3rd down and 3 here upcoming. So a nice job there on that play by Austin Bishop. They just faked the handoff, and it was a delayed handoff to Bishop. And he picks up about 5 or 6 there, and it'll be 3rd down and 3. Lammers looks to pass on 3rd down. Now he's gonna take it himself. He's got it at the 25, 30, 35, up inside the 35, down to the 38-yard line. A nice job there by Brent Lammers. He didn't have anybody open. He tucked it and ran it himself and picked up the 1st down up to the West Delaware. They're going to call it the 39-yard line.
Yeah, you could see Brent. He was starting to feel the pressure, and he did a great job just tucking the ball, protecting it, knowing where the 1st down marker was, and getting the 1st down and keep the chains moving.
So Lammers comes set here. 1st and 10. He's going to throw downfield. He's got a man wide open. That's the big tight end, John Nagel, as he gets it right at midfield, which will be good for another West Delaware 1st down. So the Hawks moving it here on this drive. 1st and 10 from right at midfield. The Hawks will come set once again as they come out in the pistol formation, going from our right to left. As they come set, 1 receiver split out to the left, 2 receivers in tight on the right side. Behind Lammers is Coy Russell. As they're going to fake the handoff to Russell. Lammers keeps it himself. He's under pressure. He's going to get back to midfield. no gain on that play as he's brought down out there by Nick Jacobs. So no gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Lammers about right when he faked that handoff to Coy, he was brought down right away. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So the Hawks will face 2nd and 10 here. Pistol formation. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lammers looks to throw. Now he's under pressure. Rolls out to his right, throws the ball away, and throws it out of bounds. Good decision there by Brent Lammers as he was under pressure. Coming up, bringing the pressure there for Charles City. Coming up and making that pressure. I thought that was 73. It was not 73. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 upcoming for the Hawks. So 3rd down and 10 upcoming as Owen Ward checks into the game for the Hawks. Coy Russell out here on the near side of the field as a receiver. Nobody in the backfield with Lammers as he looks to throw. 3rd and 10. Screen set up. He's got to find somebody open. Almost intercepted. Almost intercepted out there. As the first man to come up and knock that ball away, tip that ball was Andrew Korish, but then it was about intercepted by Noah Robbins, and the Hawks catch a break there. It'll be 4th down and 10.
Yeah, disaster averted there. You could see the Hawks trying to set up the screen there, and it took a little longer to develop than they probably would have liked it to. But fortunately, the Hawks avoid the interception, and Lammers back to punt.
As Lammers punt is going to punt it away, and it's going to go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. As 4th quarter update here, Decorah leading Vinton Shellsburg 20-7 now. That game, just 7 minutes remain in the 4th quarter of that one. And here's an update from Cedar Rapids. The Xavier returned the punt back to the Western Dubuque 21-yard line. Western Dubuque forced a punt. They missed a 34-yard field goal. So it's 7-6 Western Dubuque with 1:30 left to go. And they have Xavier with all their timeouts left. So 1st and 10 here for Charles City at their own 20-yard line. 4:35 left to go. We're going to keep an eye on that game, as we'll keep updating that game there as Blaine comes set under center. He's going to pitch out to the right side. This is Foxen. He gets to the outside. He's got it at the 20. He's going to be run out of bounds by Brent Lammers. He might have gained a couple there before he was run out of bounds. Nice job there by Brent Lammers. So the defense still playing tough here, as it's going to be a gain of 3 there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 here with 4:28 left to go in this 3rd quarter. So Bryce Foxen, a gain of 3 there. As they come set with Levi Blaine under center. I formation behind him. Isaacson and Foxen. They're going to pitch out to Foxen. He's going to be dropped back at the 24-yard line, so a gain of 1 there for Foxen, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for Charles City.
Yeah, great job there again by that defense of stringing things out a little bit and waiting for the troops to come in. So big 3rd down here for this West Delaware defense. Charles City came out first drive of the second half and scored a touchdown, got the 2-point conversion to cut the lead from 20-6 to 20-14, and so now we're in a 3rd down position here. Hopefully the Hawks can get the stop and then get that offense back out there and get some points up on the board and kind of get some more separation here.
See what they do here on 3rd down and 6. As Western Dubuque has it 3rd and 5 from their own 25 with 1:19 left to go in that ball game. So see if the Bobcats can get a 1st down in that game and try to put away Xavier, the 2nd-ranked team in Class 3A. as Pella ranks number 1. That'd be, as far as rankings are concerned, if Western Dubuque pulls that off, West Delaware may move into that second spot. It depends on which poll you're looking at. I think Radio Iowa poll has West Delaware number 2, I believe, or number 3, somewhere in there. I've heard some polls have them number 2. But I tell you what, Xavier right up there, and that'd be a huge win for Western Dubuque for their playoff hopes. As looking at that, they were at the top, tied with Cedar Rapids Xavier. Both of them, they're Western Dubuque 2-0. Xavier 3-0, so that'd be a huge win for playoffs are concerned for the Bobcats.
Well, you're talking about the state runner-up in Class 4A, Cedar Rapids Xavier last year, so crazy stuff.
So Western Dubuque was held. It's 4th down and 6 with 1:13 left to go in that game. It's 3rd down and 6 here for overshoots his intended receiver. The Comets threw it downfield as he was looking for Carlos Gonzalez. He was open as there was a couple Hawks in the vicinity. Max Ridenauer, Bennett Cole in there. Brent Lammers was in there as well. As if Gonzalez makes it, he's going to get probably brought down right away as the Hawks were close enough to him, but luckily for the Hawks it did fall incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down and 6. So with 3:59 left to go in this third quarter, the Hawks lead at 20-14 as Dylan Isaacson will punt this thing away, and we are going to
the game clock, and the 25-second clock on my whistle.
As they're going to start the game clock, which was an incomplete pass. I'm not sure why they're starting the game clock, but Western Dubuque's punt hits a Xavier return man. Western Dubuque recovers it. So Western Dubuque will win that ball game tonight over Cedar Rapids Xavier. So congratulations to Coach Penner and the Western Dubuque Bobcats tonight as they're going to defeat Cedar Rapids Xavier 7-6 down in Cedar Rapids. So they go into Cedar Rapids and defeat the number 2 ranked team in the state as we have a penalty on the field. I didn't see it, excuse me for that, but what a big win there for the Western Dubuque Bobcats
Congratulations to them. That's fantastic.
So it's not a high-scoring affair down there in Cedar Rapids tonight, but I tell you what, that we said it at the beginning of the season. That Western Dubuque team is going to win some ball games. As West Delaware is going to start with it here. It looks like it started at the 45. There was a 5-yard penalty, must have been after the play, and it's going to move right up to midfield, and that's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 with 3:47 left to go in this third quarter and a 20-14 West Delaware lead. So the Hawks will come back set with that power I formation here as Brent Lammers under center. 1st and 10 Hawks. As they're going to hand off to the first man through, this is going to be Bishop, and there's a penalty marker that comes in near the end of that play, as it's going to be about a 4-yard gain there for Bishop. We'll see what that penalty marker is as it came from our official on this side of the field. As they're talking to the Charles City team right now, and it's gonna be holding against the Hawks. As Bill Logan down there on that West Delaware sideline, all three of us saw that Western Dubuque team at the beginning of the season. We knew what they were capable of. We knew they'd beat some teams, and they pulled a big one tonight.
Well, that's a team, and they run the ball very, very well. They got 400 yards of offense against the first game, so we know they're good. But yeah, what a big upset. We'll really throw that district TV here now.
As the Hawks come back set on 1st down and 20 after the holding penalty. The give is to Russell. He goes off to the right side. He's going to cross the 40 inside up to the 40, about the 42-yard line. Be a gain of 2 there for the Hawks. It'll bring up 2nd down and 18. So the Hawks dug themselves a hole here as it's going to be 2nd down and 18 upcoming for the Hawks. So 2nd down, 18 coming for the Hawks as Lammers in the pistol formation trips receivers to his left, one to his right. As he looks to pass, under pressure, he's going to throw it deep. He's got a man out there, Austin Bishop. That's going to fall incomplete as we about saw a repeat of Max Ridenauer's catch last week as that ball tipped up in the air. Bishop couldn't come down with it as it was defended, knocked down at the 25-yard line. down at the 25-yard line of Charles City. So a nice pass there by Lammers.
Yeah.
Bishop just couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, beautifully thrown ball by Brent. Unfortunately, Bishop couldn't come down with it. Had he done that, it would have been a big gain, probably about a 25-yard gain. But Hawks in a 3rd and long here, late in this 3rd quarter.
Let's see if the Hawks can see where John Nagel's at as he's blocking right now. Lammers is going to pass it. Now he's going to tuck it and keep it himself. He's going to be dropped back at the 39-yard line. That's going to be a 3-yard loss, and the Hawks will have to punt it away here with 2:50 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Another score update. Easton Valley defeats Edco tonight 26-16. So a 16-14 halftime lead by Edco falls to Easton Valley tonight, 26-16. The Vikings held scoreless in that second half as Easton Valley wins 26-16 in that game tonight. Thanks to Rod Varner for the updates of that game. As Lammers will back up to punt here for the Hawks. Deep to receive for Charles City is Nickel. It's going to be taken inside the 30-yard line. He's going to bring it up to the 35, down to the 30, up to the 37-yard line. As that's where Charles City will take over 1st and 10. Again, no Hawkeye football tomorrow, but you can catch 90 minutes of Hawk football talk right here on KMCH with the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin, and Iowa football coach Kirk Ferentz every Wednesday at 7 right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. As the West Delaware offense has been a little cold here in the second half as we've got 2:09 left to go in this 3rd quarter. The Hawks holding on to that 20-14 lead. But Charles City, with that big drive to start this half, we'll see what this Hawk defense does here as they've played well tonight. 111 yards in that first half, as Bill mentioned, and the Hawks have done a great job. Let's see if they can keep it up here as Blaine comes set. He's going to be in the shotgun formation. Next to him is Isaacson, as he's going to keep it himself. Quarterback keeper. He cuts up. Lammers is going to bring him down at the 45, but up to the 46-yard line. A gain of about 7 yards there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 here for the Comets. So when Blaine keeps the ball, he's very tough.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of drifts to the left side, his left hand. He likes the left side of the field, which would be the far side, going this direction. So, he's a good football player. We knew coming in that him and Foster were the 2 big guns for Charles City, and Blaine is definitely living up to what we expected.
And with Foster being out, he's had to really pull that extra load here tonight as they're going to have it 2nd down and 3. Blaine's going to keep it himself. He's going to pick up the 1st down. Now he gets to the sideline, crosses midfield to the West Delaware 40-yard line. He's going to be brought down. There's a penalty marker on the field, out in the vicinity of holding. So we'll see if that ball comes back against Charles City. As they're talking, Coach Winkowicz talking to our official over there. I don't think he didn't like something he saw over there on the far side of the field as he was talking to our official, as we're going to get a holding call against Charles City. So a lot of holding calls tonight in this game, but I tell you what, for the Hawks, they've been on the receiving end for a majority of them here tonight, so it's going to back Charles City up to their own 36-yard line. So a big run to the West Delaware 40 is going to come back to their own 36-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 12 here for Charles City. As got a halftime score, Dyersville Beckman leading North Fayette Valley 13-12, that game at halftime. As Blaine will pass, as he throws to his right, he's got a man out there wide open, but he's going to be brought at the 42-yard line as Max Reinauer brings him down right away, as that was Colin Johanningmeyer, as he's up to the 42-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Nice tackle there by Max Reinauer as a wide open Johanningmeyer. Max brought him down right after he caught it, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6. They're going to just short of the 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 here for Charles City, up to their own 42-yard line. As Blaine comes set, shotgun formation. 2 receivers split out to his left, 2 to his right. They go from our left to right. Blaine comes set. He's going to throw on 3rd and 6. He's going to tuck it and run. Now he gets to the outside again, up to the 45, and he's going to be brought down, and they're going to give him to about the 46-yard line, 47-yard line. He's going to be just short of the 1st down as Ryan Solomon comes up to make the stop there. It'll be 4th and short here, about 4th and 1 upcoming for Charles City. And we'll see what they do here.
Interesting call here.
4th and 1. You've got it at your own 47-yard line. We'll see what the Comets want to do here.
And you got a lot of time left. You still got another full quarter to go here, so it's not like this is, you have to get this. But it looks like they're going to go for it, and you got to give them credit. So hopefully the Hawks can come up big here on this 4th down.
So
just try not to hold your ground.
As Levi Blaine comes set under center, we'll see if he tries to draw the Hawks offside first. He goes, he's going to drop back to pass, throws off to the left side, it's knocked away. Kyle McGreen sticks his paw up in the air, knocks that ball down, and the Comets will turn it over on downs. Hawks take over, 1st and 10 at the Charles City 47-yard line. Great awareness there by Kyle McGreen to get his hands up in the air and knock that pass down.
Yeah, and you were hoping, you kind of hoping for one of the Hawks, one of those Hawk defenders to step up and make a big play. Kyle McGreen does, gives the Hawks the ball on the Charles City side of the field. So now the Hawk offense has to kind of take the bull by the horns here a little bit and kind of pick the defense up now that the defense helped them out. So hopefully the Brent and company can kind of get this thing going.
So it's 1st and 10 Hawks. They give us to Russell up the middle. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there by Coy Russell. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Hawks. So, again, and Ryan Solomon's going to have to come out of the game as his helmet comes off. So Drew Cole will come into the game for the Hawks. And Coach Winkowicz wants a timeout. Or, excuse me, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. That last few minutes got away from us. End of the 3rd quarter, West Delaware leading 20-14. We'll be back after this. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Along with in-studio producer Dennis Robertson, Jamie Vasky, Aaron Pleen, and Bill Logan back with you here as on 2nd down and 11. They did have a loss of 1 on that last play by Coy Russell. They give to Russell again out of the timeout, and he's going to pick up 2 yards on that play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9. So, this rushing game's just still having some issues here against this very good Charles City defense, and the Hawks will face a 3rd and 9. Pistol formation. Lammers looks to throw. Now he's under pressure. He's going to roll out to his left. Now he's going to go back to his right, and he's going to throw the ball downfield. That's intercepted. Intercepted by Charles City, and still on his feet out there is Levi Blaine as he's into West Delaware territory, down to the Hawk 45-yard line. As Lammers tried to squeeze that in there, it was short, and Blaine stepped up, read it perfectly, and picked that ball off, and the Comets will take over 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 44-yard line. They call it officially here with 11:17 left to go in this 4th quarter, and the Hawks leading 20-14.
And you just kind of saw Brent going to his left. It's always hard for a quarterback to kind of throw across his body, and unfortunately just the Charles City defender stepped in front and picked it off. So here again, the defense is going to have to step up and hold Charles City here.
High formation. They give it to Foxen up the middle. He's going to be hit. Lammers is going to come up, and he's not happy about that interception. He came up and blasted through and brought Foxen down, as Drew Cole also coming in to help out with that tackle. A gain of 1 by Foxen brings up 2nd down and 9 here for Charles City, down to the West Delaware 43-yard line now. So this Hawk defense has played well all night. Just a couple big Charles City drives, a couple big plays in there as well, but other than that, they've played outstanding, and they need to do it again here as it's 2nd down and 9, and Charles City in West Delaware territory. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for Blaine. Blaine looks to throw. He looks left. He throws downfield. He's got a man wide open. That's going to be Feller. Austin Bishop on the coverage, just a couple steps behind, and Feller's going to bring this one down at the West Delaware 21-yard line. A 1st and 10 coming up for Charles City.
And we've seen that play like 2 or 3 times tonight, Jamie, and Blaine has always kind of, has been rushed a little bit, and so hasn't had an accurate throw. This time he was able to kind of step back and get a little bit into the throw, and just complete it, and a good catch by Feller.
So now Blaine comes set, I formation. Behind him is Isaacson and Foxen. I formation. Under center is Blaine. He's going to hand to the first man, or he's going to option out. He faked the handoff. As Foxen gets to the outside, Brent Lammers is going to run him out of bounds. There's a penalty marker down. as Foxen is brought down by Lammers at the 20-yard line. It looks like we may get another holding penalty. The Charles City coach is all the way to the other end of us. Thought that he was brought down by a collar or something, but it is going to be holding against the Comets, a 10-yard penalty there. They will replay first down, so be about 1st and 20 coming up for Charles City as we see their field goal kicker warming up over here on the sideline, Brandon Childs. As I'm not sure, Charles City, they said they're about 50-50 on extra points this year, and I'm not sure it's due to Childs, the kicker. I think we've seen twice already tonight it's been bad snaps on their end. So it's going to be 1st down and 20 coming up here for Charles City, back at the West Delaware 31-yard line. As Blaine comes set, 5 wide coming up for Charles City as he stands alone in the backfield. He looks to pass. He's going to throw down the middle. Got a man out there. Dropped as the pass is dropped out there as he was looking for Isaacson. Ryan Solomon in on the coverage for the Hawks. He gets up a little slow on that defensive side of the ball, but he seems to be all right. He's staying in the ball game. 2nd down and 20 coming up for the Comets. 10 minutes, 2 seconds left to go in this ball game, and West Delaware leading 20-14. So the Hawks catch another break on the holding penalty against Charles City, backing them up when they had it in good field position, really good field position. They're going to back them up now. It's going to be 5 wide again upcoming for Charles City. 10 minutes left to go, 4th quarter. Blaine looks to pass, throws down the middle, got a man out there. It's going to be interference.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Brent Lammers came up as that was Dylan Isaacson. Was just waiting for that pass to come, and Lammers came in. He tried to make a defensive play, but he just ran right into Isaacson, and that's going to be a pass interference call against the Hawks. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Hawks. Still not a first down, though, as it'll be remain 2nd down here. Not a smart play there by Brent Lammers. He was trying to make the play, but it was a little too aggressive.
Yeah, and aggressive mistakes are good. You'd rather have the aggressive mistakes than the ones where out of laziness or whatever. So, but nonetheless, the Hawks got their backs up against the wall here, and they're going to have to. Hopefully, someone can come up with another big play like Kyle McGrain did last possession.
So now 2nd down and 5 here for Charles City as they have it at the West Delaware 16-yard line. 5 wide again here for Blaine. He looks to pass. Screen pass. Got a man out there. That's Feller. Well, Ridenauer is going to bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 here for Charles City with 9:45 remaining in this 4th quarter. As Ridenauer did a great job. A screen pass was set up. That's the second screen pass that Max has read tonight. Read it perfectly, brought him down right away. It'll be 3rd down. Now they're going to 3rd and 2 upcoming for Charles City.
And the Hawks dialed up some heat there. They brought the blitz, and Blaine got the ball out of his hands, but Ridenauer did a nice job of just wrapping him up, like you said, Jamie, and preventing him from getting any more than the couple yards that he got.
I formation coming here for Charles City as Blaine's going to keep it himself, and he's still pushing forward as he broke through the big pile, and he's going to push forward as Ridenauer is going to bring him down as he's inside the 10 up to the 8-yard line of West Delaware. 1st and goal, Charles City with 9:10 left to go in this ball game. So Comets come set, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line as they come set in the I formation. Levi Blaine, Dylan Isaacson, and Bryce Foxen line up behind the center as they're going to give to Foxen. He's wrapped up right away. A nice stop there by the Hawks as I see Ridenauer in there. Or excuse me, that's Nagel, but the first one in there was Drew Cole. Nice job by Drew Cole coming around and making that stop as it's a short gain there. As it's a gain of 1, it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 7 for Charles City. So this defense, this Hawk defense does a good job inside this red zone. This is where a lot of teams want to try to pound it in, and we've seen the Hawks with big 3rd and 4th down stands. We saw that earlier this season as against Waverly Shellrock. I formation, they're going to hand off to Foxen up the middle. He's going to be run down again. Drew Cole right there to meet him. right around the 5-yard line, down to the 4, and it'll bring up third down and goal for the Comets. Drew Cole doing a great job down here in this series, coming up and plugging that hole and bringing Foxen down twice now, as it's going to be first and goal. I mentioned the 4. They're at about the 7-yard line here as he got back to the line of scrimmage. As he's back to the 9-yard line. So a nice job there by Drew Cole coming up with a loss on that play. As Blaine will come set, shotgun formation here on third and goal. The fake handoff is to Isaacson. He looks to pass. He's going to throw into the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot going out there as they were looking for Feller. As the Hawks did a great job. Ridenauer and Bishop in on the coverage as he was looking for Foxen in the end zone. That pass falls incomplete. It'll be fourth and goal from the 9 here for Charles City. 7:24 left to go in this ball game.
Once again, the Hawks come up fourth down, another big fourth down for this Hawk defense. They've done really, really well, Jamie, on fourth downs this year, and hopefully they can keep adding on to it. This defense has done fantastic here, minus a couple plays, but all night tonight, and hopefully they can continue.
Both teams with all 3 timeouts as Jaden Foster checks into the ball game. And Charles City is going to take a timeout. We'll do the same and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Back here in Charles City, Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Pleen, and Bill Logan back with you here. West Delaware leading at 20-14 over Charles City. 7:24 left to go in the game. And a fourth down and goal upcoming for Charles City at the West Delaware 9-yard line. Both teams out of the timeout. The Charles City Comets now with just 2 timeouts. West Delaware with all 3 of theirs as the Comets will come set, shotgun formation. Levi Blaine, the senior quarterback, will come set. Isaacson coming up to the line to talk to his offensive lineman as Blaine will throw. He rolls to his right, throws across the middle, and that's going to be hit. Incomplete pass. Was that Lammers? I believe that was Lammers.
Maloney was in there too, I think.
I think that was a good, I don't know. It was close. It kind of looked like Lammers. They're saying up here they thought he led with his helmet. I'd tell you what, it falls incomplete. There's no penalty, but either way, I guess if there's no penalty, a good defensive play by Brent Lammers making up for the one before.
There's a lot going on in that.
I would have gave the credit to Ryan Solomon there.
Is that who it was?
That was Solly. He put a good shoulder in there.
It was Solomon. Thank you, Bill, down there on the sidelines. Ryan Solomon. You knew there was so much going on, you really couldn't see who had it. But the Hawks will take over first and 10 at their own 9. 7:20 left to go in this ball game. Lammers comes set. He's going to keep it himself. He runs up the middle, goes out to the left. He's got it near the 20-yard line. Up to the 15, maybe the 17-yard line. So a nice run pickup there by Brent Lammers. Going to be short of the first down, but gets the Hawks out of that trouble area inside the 9 as he's going to bring it out. As it's going to be a gain of 9 there by Lammers. 2nd down and 1 upcoming for the Hawks as they're going to come set once again in that power I formation. Lammers under center. Gets the snap off. They're going to give it to Russell. He's going to pick up enough for the first down as the pile keeps moving up to the 26-yard line. Up to the 26, I believe, and that'll be good for a West Delaware first down. And that's what the Hawks are going to have to concentrate on here, Aaron, is you're getting to that point in the game. You really need to eat some clock, but another score would certainly be nice. As Bill mentioned before, that 13-point rule, you're up by 6 right now. Yeah. Another touchdown and an extra point gives you that 13-point differential that could come into effect later in the season. So we'll see what the Hawks do here as it's 1st and 10. Lammers keeps it himself. He's going to get about back to the line of scrimmage. Might have gained a yard or 2, but he's going to be brought down as Connor Stallsmith is going to come up with the stop there for Charles City, and that's going to be a gain of, they're going to give him 3 yards on that play to bring up 2nd down and 7. As we're nearing the 6-minute mark, 6:10 left to go in this ball game, and West Delaware leading 20-14. Lammers under center. He's going to give the ball to Ridenauer. It's on the ground, but Ridenauer fell right back onto it. As coming up to make the stop was Nathan Huffman, but the Hawks get lucky there as Ridenauer fumbled the handoff from Lammers, and he picked it right back up. It'll be 3rd down and 8 here for the Hawks.
And good awareness by Max. You know, he kind of got popped a little bit right when he got the ball, and the ball kind of just fell right to the ground. He landed on it. So big play there by Max from avoiding the fumble. So
it's 3rd and 8. Lammers looks to pass. Now he's going to step up, and he's going to be dropped. As I tell you what, the Comets come up. There's a penalty marker on the field as Nathan Huffman comes up to make the play. I'm not sure what this is going to be, as it was a late flag coming in for Charles City.
Be a late hit on number 22 from Charles City.
So that's Isaacson coming up.
He pushed Weber in the back right in the after the play was over in the back. So that should be a personal foul and hopefully a first down.
Isaacson came up and pushed. Weber. Isaacson pushed Weber in the back after the play was over, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a personal foul. So the Hawks catch another break on a. You talk about aggressive plays and then those dumb penalties that you have, and that was one there for Charles City. A 1st and 10 now for the Hawks up to their own 39-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout from West Delaware. We will take one as well and come right back. You're listening to West Delaware football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. And welcome back into Charles City. West Delaware with a 20-14 lead over the Comets. 5:23 after the West Delaware Hawks spend a timeout here. 2 remaining for both teams. Now Lammers come set, pistol formation to give us to Russell. He gets to the right side. He's got it at the 45. Stiff arms a tackler up to the 48-yard line. He's going to be brought down at about the 48-yard line. Brought down by Isaacson again on that tackle, but a nice run there by Coy Russell and a huge stiff arm to get himself a couple more yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Hawks.
And that's the luxury of having a Coy Russell on your team, Jamie, is the big back that can get those extra couple yards, and he just does a great job of not coming down on that first hit. He keeps fighting forward and keeps his legs moving, and there again, on first down you're picking up 7, 8, 9 yards, and makes life a lot easier when you're facing 2nd and short versus 2nd and long or 3rd and long.
4:40 left to go in this ball game. They give us to Russell again. He picks up the first down, crosses midfield down to the 48-yard line of Charles City, and another Hawk first down as they're burning that clock up. They lead it 20-14, 4:32 left to go in this contest. Charles City still has 2 timeouts here as we continue moving forward. Of course, the big story of the night, not just in this game, but the Western Dubuque Bobcats upsetting number 2 ranked Cedar Rapids Xavier tonight. 7-6 the final in that one from Cedar Rapids. But the Hawks here in Charles City have themselves in a dogfight as it's 1st and 10. They send Trent Curley in motion. They give us to Russell. He's got it up the middle, 45, cuts to the outside. He's got it at the 40. Couple men to beat, 40. 35, he's going to go back up the middle, down to the 33-yard line. Another big run by Coy Russell as he picks up a first down for the Hawks. Clock will continue to move here, and another West Delaware first down. A great run there by Coy Russell.
And good job by Coy, just following his blockers, and then, he has that swiping motion where if someone's going to grab him, he swipes their arm out of the way, and that allows him to gain another 4 or 5 yards. So. The Hawks started this drive on their own 9-yard line, so you knew if they were going to get the ball in scoring territory that, they were going to chew up a lot of clock, and they're certainly doing that.
3:50 left to go in this contest. Lammers come set, pistol formation to give again to Russell. Up the middle, he's going to try to spin around, but he's going to go up to about the 31-yard line, a gain of 2 there by Russell. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Third quarter, North Fayette Valley leads Dyersville-Beckman 26-13. Of course, Western Dubuque defeating Cedar Rapids Xavier tonight, 7-6, the final in that one. Halftime, Cascade leads Comanche 34-12. Independence in the third quarter leads Crestwood 21-12, the score in that one. Solon in the third quarter leads Central DeWitt 54-7. As we'll get some more scores as Lammers looks to pass on 2nd and 8. He rolls out, he's got a man out there, it's Curley, falls incomplete as he had him wide open. Trent Curley couldn't come down with it. Now Curley kind of limping as he heads back to the West Delaware sideline. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 with 3:08 left to go in this ball game. Again, Edco losing tonight 26-16, the final in that game. Macocata Valley at halftime was leading North Lynn 48-0. was the score in that one. Fourth quarter, Anamosa leads Monticello 26-7. As we're back to action here, 3rd down and 8. Lammers comes set. Pistol formation. Behind him is Coy Russell. He looks to pass on 3rd and 8. Now he's going to run away back to the 50. He's got to get rid of it. He throws it away. Good decision there by Brent Lammers as he throws that one out of the sideline. There's a penalty flag. As he threw it straight out of bounds, as you know, he didn't get it. You have to throw it to the line of scrimmage, and he did not do that. As you'd like, more times. There's more times we'd like to see him throw it away when he doesn't. But the Hawks are going to lose it down here, as that's intentional grounding going to be called against the Hawks. A final tonight: East Buchanan defeats Postville 24-6. The final in that one, as Lisbon in the fourth quarter leads Starmont 32-18. Lisbon has flexed their muscles in that fourth quarter. Fourth quarter score, Decorah leads Vint Shellsburg 27-7. The score in that one, fourth quarter, Alburnett leads 37-0 over Wapello, as the Hawks will have fourth down and 13 with 3 minutes left to go in this contest. The Hawks leading 20-14. Lammers will punt it away. Short punt. It's going to head to the end zone, the sideline.
Nice.
That's going to go out of bounds inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. A good punt there by Brent Lammers. So if Charles City wants to win this game, they're going to have to go 93 yards to do so. So see if this Hawk defense can step up one more time, as Charles City with 2 timeouts, West Delaware with 2 timeouts, and the Hawks with a 20-14 lead. You knew coming up here that this was going to be a tough game, especially the last couple weeks. The Hawks have played have had some blowout games against Vint Shellsburg and Crestwood. You knew coming up here that this is a little better Charles City team and team in general that we've played the last couple weeks.
Well, they're a big team. I was just looking at their defensive and offensive lines, Jamie, are probably bigger than what we've seen this year. I've noticed some of the stats and they got one kid who's 6'4", 280. And that's he's on their defensive line, and so they do have some bigger kids on the defensive and offensive lines. Blaine is an experienced quarterback, and this is all without Foster, their leading ground gainer and leading receiver. So this is a good Charles City football team.
Charles City coaching staff can't be happy with that. They get the ball back and have to burn one of those very precious timeouts at this situation. So they will just have 1 timeout remaining here with 2:52 left to go in this ball game. So that'll help the Hawks. If the Hawks can get the ball back here and Charles City just having the 1 timeout left, you might be able to run this thing out with a 20-14 lead. Bill Logan, we were just talking up here about this Charles City team. We knew coming up here this is a good football team, and the Hawks were going to have to bring it. This Charles City football team has been everything we expected.
Yeah, they've done a tremendous job playing the ball here. Just lucky for the Hawks, they had a tremendous second quarter there and did a lot of the damage second quarter, but Charles City's came out of here in the second half, and they've really done what they wanted to in the second half and held the Hawks scoreless here. So big possession here for the Comets.
Yes, it is a big possession here as it's 1st and 10. They've got it at their own 7-yard line. Blaine comes set. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to run it himself. He's got it at the 5. He's going to be wrapped up. Nice tackle down there.
Still in bounds
by
too.
the Hawks, and he's still in bounds. Yes, he is. As Bennett Cole comes up. And makes the stop for the Hawks after a short gain. After a short gain there, it'll be 2nd down and 7, a gain of 3 for the Comets as they've got it at the 10-yard line. So here we go. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Charles City as Blaine will pass. He looks across the middle, looking for that same play we've seen before. Now he gets out of the end zone. He's got it at the 10. He's going to be run out of bounds out there. Nice job by Colin Weber coming up and running him out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. So a gain of 1 there will bring up 3rd down and 7 here for Charles City. So the Hawk defense, that secondary, has done a great job of covering up these receivers late in this ballgame.
And you got to figure that the Hawks, the defense, the coaching staff is telling them, don't let anything get behind you. keep everything in front of you, even if it's a big gain. We don't want anyone getting behind us. And the Hawk, you said it, Jamie, that the linebacking core and the secondary have done a good job here in the second half.
So shotgun formation once again as it's 3rd and 4. 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. Blaine looks to pass. He's going to look to his right. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Now he's going to back at the 10, throws the ball away. He's got a man out there. It's going to be caught by Shane Feller. First down for Charles City as Austin Bishop, Sam Maloney come up to make the stop, as it will be a first down up to the Charles City 23-yard line. The clock will continue to run on a first down, or once they signal the ball clock here. 1:49 left to go in this contest, and West Delaware leading 20-14. So a nice pass play there to Feller as Blaine was under pressure, had to roll to his left, just about tucked it and ran. He found Feller across the middle. It'll be 1st and 10. Blaine, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Blaine is going to throw, looks to his right. Now he's signaling the player to go downfield. Now he's going to run. Got to get some pressure on him. Now he throws it away, and that's going to be intercepted. Intercepted out there by the Hawks, and coming up with that play is Bennett Cole. Why not? The kind of game he's had, the season he's had. Bennett Cole comes up with a huge interception with 1:22 left to go in this game, and the Hawks leading 20-14, and they start 1st and 10 at the Charles City 36-yard line.
Well, you talked about Bennett Cole, Jamie. Credit to him, credit to that secondary, and credit to that defensive line for kind of containing Blaine. They didn't let him get out and let him run around or whatever. They kept him contained in the pocket, made him throw a ball that he probably didn't want to throw, and Hawks take advantage of it, pick it off, and now the Hawks are, a minute and 22 seconds away here from pulling out the victory up here in Charles City.
We talked about how important that timeout was that Charles City had to burn there, as Lammers is going to keep it himself up the middle. He's going to pick up 2 down to the Charles City 34-yard line. And how important was that timeout that Charles City had to burn right after they got the ball back? They had to burn a timeout, as we've got 2nd down and 8 with 58 seconds left to go. Charles City just with 1 timeout, so the Hawks get a first down here. This game will be over, as we have Charles City waiting to call their timeout here as the Hawks come set with that power I formation. Lammers is going to keep it himself once again. He's going to run off to the left side, got it at the 30, down to the 25, still on his feet, pushing forward to the 20, inside the 20 to the 19-yard line of Charles City, and that's going to do it. 35 seconds left to go, and the Hawks get a first down. Charles City with just 1 timeout can't stop this clock enough, and the Hawks are going to escape it here tonight with a win 20-14. So the Hawks held scoreless here in this second half. Held scoreless in the second half. Are going to escape this game as Lammers is going to come out the victory formation and take a knee, and that's going to do it. 15 seconds remain here in this ball game, and the Hawks are going to win it. That'll do it. Hawks escape 20-14, the final. As we get set for the post game, we're going to catch our breaths, because what a finish to that ball game as the Hawks come out and win it 20-14. We'll catch up with Bill Logan, the head coach from West Delaware, Doug Winkowicz. We'll make a prediction on some game tonight, and then we'll wrap it up, send you on your way to the Battle of the Cowbell tonight in Monticello. That's all right here. You're listening to West Delaware football, a close one tonight, right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. And back here in Charles City, the West Delaware Hawks win it tonight, 20-14. The final score in this one, as Bill Logan down there on the field, as we'll hear from Coach Winkowicz here as he's standing by with Bill. We'll get to him when they're done talking down there. We'll get Coach Winkowicz hooked up down there. As a close game here tonight is got to be a very happy head Hawk down there. As Coach, you knew coming into this game, the last couple weeks you had some big blowout wins. You knew this Charles City team was a little bit tougher than the last couple you faced, and they proved just that tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, you watch them on film, Jamie. We knew that this is a good football team. They had too many athletes all over the field. I mean, I thought defensively they played as tough as anybody, and And it showed. We had a hard time. We had guys open all over the place. We just didn't have enough time to get them the ball. So, we're going to work on those things and just continue to improve, and we'll take the win.
It's a crazy night, or a crazy way that high school football works. Charles City comes in, gives you guys a 6-point ball game. Western Dubuque defeats Cedar Rapids Xavier tonight. High school football is crazy like that, and I got to give you coaches a lot of credit for being able to live with that, the way as hectic as it is at times.
I tell you, it's nerve-wracking, and the anxiety kicks in and the stress, and you just want these kids to be successful because they just work so hard, and you want to make sure they don't come out flat or anything like that, those silly things. We really feel coming into every Friday night that we've done everything we can as a staff to prepare these guys, and then they just got to go out and perform, and that's the thing, though. You've got to make sure they're ready to go, and that's the hardest part.
Coach, games like tonight, where it's a little bit, obviously it's a lot closer, or a far cry from the last couple weeks that you had. What can you guys take away from this in terms of later in the season? You're going to get into the playoffs and things are going to happen. You're going to play closer games. What can you take from this that will benefit you later on down the road?
Actually, this is perfect timing. We talked about it as a staff this weekend that this is a great time for this challenge. And I think the thing you take away from this is for the kids to realize that it's not always just march it down the field and score every possession. You have to fight. You're going to see good football teams. You got to wrap up. You're going to see a lot of athletes on the field. And as we continue to see better football teams down the road here, I think it's a huge learning moment for us to say, you know what, guys, you just got to keep believing in what we're doing and keep chipping away and trust the system and play every down like it's your last.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations, a big win tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
As West Delaware head football coach Doug Winkowich here on this postgame. And, Aaron, he made a very good point right there, and we've seen that in the past. You and I went down to Makokata one night where the Hawks were probably favored to win a game down there. They got got big heads going down into that game and lost that game against Makokata a few years back, and then they kind of got on the winning track and went up to Decorah and really got pounded up there. So Coach Winkowich made a good point. This brings you back to life. It really grounds you after a couple big victories to play a good team like Charles City, and Bill Logan will probably say about the same thing down there. And it really grounds you that, hey, like Coach Wink said, it's not just marching down the field and scoring touchdown after touchdown. You're going to run into some very good teams.
Well, not only that, but it's, you talk about, just in general, a ball bounces one way, someone gets hurt, you're going to deal with adversity, and the stakes continue to get higher for this Hawk team as they continue to, expand on this winning streak and stuff, and it should only serve as positive, it should only serve as a positive for the Hawks going forward.
Bill, I don't think you had time to be cold down there, as hectic as that game was and fast-paced and dramatic as it was. A great win for the Hawks tonight, nonetheless.
Well, you never get balmy down here when it's like this, so it was a great night here tonight, and the Hawks really did a nice job of playing some defense there that second half when they really needed to play some defense.
Oh, they really did, and you talk about that stand down here. Again, we were just talking about the game against Waverly where the Hawks had that big fourth down stand down in the goal line. Not quite the goal line tonight, but Drew Cole made some really good plays down there. That whole defense did. Solly comes up.
Lost you on the radio.
Solly.
Can't hear you. Sorry.
All right, we will.
Give you some quick stats here. I can't hear your questions, but give you here some quick stats. Hawks 338 yards tonight, 194 rushing, 144 passing. So, pretty decent night for the Hawks. A little under their average for what they've been doing, but you're going to see that now as the Hawks. They're going to play some good teams down the stretch, and it's going to start again next week at Brownfield with DeWitt Central.
Absolutely.
So, good night tonight, guys. Get your coats back on because you're going to have to come back outside and walk to the car where it's cold.
This is perfect timing. He can't hear us right now, so we can say whatever we want. But, it would be typical Bill Logan when I'm on a 3-game winning streak with this whole pick thing that he would duck out of one because he's worried he has to pick not the Hawkeyes game. So, you know what? Great job by him tonight, and we'll hear from him next week as well as we take on DeWitt Central at home, but a great win tonight by the Hawks coming up. Again, a very good Charles City team. They're gonna get into the playoffs, I believe. Yep. I mean, that's a good football team. Of course, they still have to go through Independence at Independence, so a lot of things can happen yet in this district, and that's a very good Charles City team that's going to do some big things down the road. But a great win by the Hawks tonight.
Well, and if you look at the season in terms of three-game seasons, three-game seasons, Hawks have navigated 2 out of 3 now. They got one more 3-game season. DeWitt Central, Independence, and Macokota, and
Decorah.
Decorah. And, so it's the Hawks are doing exactly what they needed to. They overcame, they didn't play probably their best ball night. They overcame it. They still got the victory. Signs of a good team. And hopefully they can just continue on starting next week at home against DeWitt Central.
We have to make some kind of prediction, though. So you and I talked. We'll go Wartburg at Central College tomorrow. That's
at Central?
At Central College. So the undefeated Wartburg Knights. I'm not sure what Central College record is this season, but I suppose I'll go first since we won't count this officially because we're missing a guy down there on the sideline. He's down there, legs crossed, talking on the phone right now. But I'm going to go Wartburg 35. We'll give Central 24, 35-24.
Well, I think if it's at Central, that's got to be worth at least 7 points. And I don't know. I'm not familiar with Wartburg or Central. I know both programs are fantastic and historically are playoff teams. So I think Wartburg undefeated. I'll take the Knights as well. I'm going to go 31-27.
We got to write them down. We got a 35 to. What did I say? 24 and a
31-27.
31-27. Bill Logan is going to pick no, I'm not going to give him anything because he'll win. He'll get the low score. That'll be our luck. We don't want that. We're not going to give him anything. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. We'd like to thank the sponsors of West Delaware football on KMCH with those football games tomorrow. I tell you what, a lot of good college football. When you need to get out, you're going to have them little parties to watch college football, not the Hawkeyes, but you watch the Cyclones and going down to Central College, and you need those tailgating supplies. Whatever you may need, we encourage you to please shop locally. I'd like to thank Dennis Robertson for running the boards for us this evening, and most of all, thank you, the listeners. And for my partners, Aaron Pleen and Bill Logan, this is Jamie Vasky saying good night from Comet Field in Charles City, Iowa. Once again, the final, the West Delaware Hawks 20, the Charles City Comets 14. You've been listening to West Delaware football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Stay tuned for the area online and playback game of the week with the Battle of the Cowbell as Monticello hosts Anamosa. And with the call of that game, along with Kevin Barnes, here's John Swisher.